It's Kelly Clarkson here to talk all things Wayfair, the best place to buy furniture, decor, and anything else you can think of to create a home you absolutely love. I know when I shop with Wayfair, I find options for every style, whether I'm feeling boho or farmhouse, modern, traditional, French country. I can find exactly what I need for my home and more. No matter your space, style, or budget, shop Wayfair.com to make your home way more you.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
A mochi moment from Tara, who writes, "For years, all my doctor said was eat less and move more, which never worked. But you know what does? The simple eating tips from my nutritionist at Mochi. And after losing over 30 pounds, I can say you're not just another GLP-1 source. You're a life source." Thanks, Tara. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Tara is a Mochi member compensated for her story.
This is Jordan Grace, and you're listening to the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BWB, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, this on the regular, dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rule. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit it, talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
This is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Boyd. Me, I have Rich Latta. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just wrapped up a little pre-stream exclusive discussion. So if you want to check that out, if you're hearing the podcast later, go back to the Twitch page and it'll be there for you. But yeah, I'm chilling, man. I was working hard in the gym today and
playing and banging,
pretty much. A little bit. Hit the machines and hit I did like the class up here. So they had I basically had a trainer put me through 3 sets of 15 on some of the machines, upper and lower body.
Okay. And
then I did my own fitness test before that, and then they put me through basically to leave the gym. I had to do 4 other things or whatever, and then I got my nice protein shake, brother. That oatmeal raisin. If you ain't had it,
oatmeal raisin,
highly recommend oatmeal raisin protein shake on point. Look, I appreciate y'all in the comments caring about my muscles and my recovery. So, besides that, what's up with you, James?
Not too much. So I think it was last week. I'd say, hey, remind me to cancel or get rid of my Peacock, right? My Peacock subscription.
Yeah.
And I did. And then I was like, all right, well, I paid for it last month. My bill ain't came up for this month. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and try YouTube Premium. I can already tell you.
YouTube TV is lovely.
Not
Oh,
TV.
okay.
Just
you got
premium.
YouTube Premium. Gotcha.
Just Premium.
Gotcha.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm never going back. Bro,
no ads?
No ads.
It's a beautiful life, huh?
No ads. It plays when you leave out the app. It's basically my podcast hub now. Yeah, man. I've told you over the time. I'm looking at getting into also with Floyd. Shout out to Floyd. I've been looking around as far as how to do study guides for IT certifications, and one of my big hangups was because it never crossed my brains all these videos, whatever else, so you can go through the study guides and study courses and all that kind of stuff. They're long videos. I don't want to deal with the pausing every 4 minutes for another fucking commercial break. Now it's there's no commercial breaks. Now's the time. Now's the time. So yeah, never going back. And it's the same price as Peacock. Oh, I'm never going back. Absolutely not. absolutely not. So yeah, shout out to YouTube. Shout out to YouTube shout out to YouTube for letting me pay them to get rid of their commercials that they're selling me. Oh my god, yeah, it's amazing, man. It's amazing.
I think I need to take the plunge at this point because I'm already making money off of YouTube anyway. So it's like might as well give them a little bit back, So yeah, but yeah, man,
I can't imagine going back. It would just can't imagine.
Living a poor life. Bro, all of us here.
And honestly, bro, like, remember, like, you're the person that broke it for me, that ruined it for me. Like, I never mind the YouTube ads at a point, maybe like this was close to a decade ago, and we're just like, there's always fucking ads whenever you start a video. And then like it never dawned on me that was a case. And then it happened. It's like every time you cannot, there was a point where like you could get to a video, like every 2-3 videos, you get to one. And then they got rid of it. It's like, nah, you can get a commercial here at the start, like a pre-roll, and then 4 minutes in, another one. And like, they don't ever place them anywhere worth a damn. So you go through it, and then you gotta go back. And for me, like, you gotta go backtrack to get back. You forgot what was happened over the minute you're time. Cause a lot of this stuff I'm playing at like 2 times speed. So I'm like, I forgot. So it's like, I gotta go back. It's just, I've wasted so much time in the last decade or so with this shit. So it's like, yeah, I'm never going back. Never going back. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to a huge tech corporation. Yes, I'm saying shout out to a $1 billion company. Yes. What that sound like?
Oh man. So this weekend was AEW All Out. So as I mentioned last week, I was gonna have a kind of a loaded weekend. And I happened to miss the show live. I was being a good husband and hanging out with my wife on Saturday. We went to a local fair. I actually would have had some time to watch the show, except like the time we were set to leave would have been during the main event. So at that point, I was just like, I'm already, it kind of worked out where I wasn't able to watch the show live. And then after that, it was just like, man, WNBA playoffs are on, hitting the gym, working and different other stuff I got going on. It's like, I kept like pushing it back and back and back. And it was like, I knew the show was coming tonight on Thursday, and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And it was just overwhelming. And I was just like, I don't think I can watch this at the moment. So I'm going to ask the audience's forgiveness here that I did not see the pay-per-view. However, I am a professional here. So what I'm going to do is throw the alley-oops to Big James. And, I'll add, I know some stuff that happened. I'm not going in completely blind. I can comment on a news story or two that emerged from the show, but I want to be transparent with the audience. So, yeah. Okay, so, like, I haven't done a solo show review where you just basically chime in with points and whatever else since, like, probably a Stardom show. So I don't know if to tell you the music or what. But, yeah, AEW All Out on Saturday. And, just initial thoughts, like, this was a great show. Like, I think I said on the preview, like, on paper, this would not shock me. This is one of the 10 best shows in the company's history. It's not that, but it's way up there. It's a top, AEW has a high bar, but like, it's gotta be like a top 3rd, top 4th all-time pay-per-view in AEW's history. It's up there. It's like that. So, just to start, they start with, I guess we could talk about the, some of the happenings on the pre-show. You had Shibata versus Daniel Garcia. Solid match. Ultimately, interference runs a little bit of amok, and Daniel Garcia gets to win over Shibata. And already had new music.
Yes, he did. He had new music. And I feel like it's gonna go a long road with him. Like, this isn't gonna be something that gets like. I don't feel like we're gonna get like a finished product of Daniel Garcia in like 6 months. I think it's gonna be something longer. It feels like they're going a long road with this. We'll see what happens on the back end, but yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now.
That was my thought on it too, just based off the positioning and how he is also like, been in the company so far. Like, if he was going to be a superstar right now, he would have already been one. Yeah, and I think like he's got the you gotta look up and oh wow, he's been around for 10 years. We love this guy. Like it's gonna be that kind of thing.
Yeah. And I mean,
should he stick around?
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say the joke, but yeah, like, I feel that, and I feel like this show also was with another return later in the show is like we kind of put you back where you kind of started. We're starting over again, and we'll see where we get later. But like we kind of put you. I mean that's happened to other places too, other acts as well. Sorry for coughing. I tried to mute the mic, but it didn't work. So, and then you had the. You had the Hobbs and Samoa Joe versus what's the name of the team? Is JD Drake and not Griff Garrison. Who's the other guy?
The Work Horsemen.
Yeah, I skipped through this match.
JD Drake, Anthony Henry.
Okay, Anthony Henry, that's who it is. Yes, that's right.
Hey, I skipped it too, James. Don't feel bad.
This is more like get Hobbs and Joe in the car to get him a win. So, and then you had like, I guess the backyard tailgate match. So it's Queen Amanada, Willow Nightingale, Harley Cameron, and I'm blanking on the fourth person. And it's not on the card. It's a separate card right now. But fourth person, forgive me. But it's also, I guess they're calling themselves the Sin Sisters. Julia Hart and Sky Blue are the Sin Sisters. They come out, they got white shirts on that say, have Sin written on them in like a marker, like
Have you seen the thing where like saying the same sentence at the same time?
Yes, it's like it's like The Shining from the movie. Yeah, like the horror movie.
That shit creepy as fuck, dog.
That's why they do it. Like, because you ever seen The Shining? Ever heard of The Shining?
I've heard of The Shining before.
You know the movie like with Jack Nicholson. He sticks his head through the window with through the door after he like puts the axe to, and he's like, "Here's Johnny." Like, yeah, it's like it's like two sisters, like two like
the Kenny Omega thing.
Yeah. Same movie. Same movie.
Stick the head to the
so it's
table,
two twin sisters that talk at the same time, the same way. Creepy. That's from a movie from 40 years ago. Yeah. So. And then also Penelope Ford and Megasis, Megan Bayne. Trying to blank. Who is Willow's strong woman in the match? Mina Shirakawa. That's who I'm forgetting. How did I forget the Mina? So this match is. This was a match where they said go out there and we got a number of spots, but it's not going to be well coordinated as far as the timing. And they was out there hitting each other with shit at random. And the selling and the time people were doing reversals. And when they got the time up to do like get in the ring, get to certain spots, it was kind of off, but it was still a fun match to watch. There is an all-time gif in this match where, Amanada gets one of the villains in the middle of the ring and does the chocolate kisses, the butt joint. Yeah,
butt offense.
And the ass based offense. Shout out to Naomi. And Mina is free, so Mina then like gets like a little bit behind Amanada. And she does the Mina shit, and she starts thrusting her hips to the compact impact. Like it was, I fucking died. I fucking died. And Mina looking great while it was happening, by the way, too. It's one of the best hair days Mina's I've ever seen Mina have. So it's like this was God's plan.
She was always meant to be here.
Yes,
big budget.
It was meant for it to go. This spot when she thought in her mind to do this. It was supposed to happen on this particular day with her hair looking like that. It just all went up together. So before we got to that part, at the beginning, I'm sorry I backtracked on this. So because like this is very important to me, and I was gonna say this if you had watched it too. So there was at the beginning of the match, towards the beginning, there was a hoss off between Megan Bayne and Willow, and when they was in it together, how do I say this?
Bane and Willow Nightingale in there together.
Yeah, they was throwing blows. It was throwing blows. It was fun, but I could not. I think
it's better I didn't see it, James. I can just imagine what it was like.
The thing about this is, Rich. Like, the thing is, I couldn't tell who was more likely to not pass a brown paper bag test. They were the same fucking skin tone. A biracial woman and a white woman were the same fucking skin tone. And that's at that point I was like, Megan, you got to chill. You got to take it down 3 whole fucking notches. That was absurd. Like, I know we be quick to give, a whole girl that got kicked out of Cora Jade, we were giving her the blues. We be giving Braun Breaker the blues. Hogan with the bronzer, Ric Flair with the bronzer, Randy Savage with the bronzer, right? But we've given the blues. We have yet to come for Megan Bayne in that 10, because that was absurd. She was out there.
That's crazy.
Let's
see if I can find a picture or something.
And the thing is, I don't even know if this is the worst it's ever been for her. That I've always looked at her and seen her like this in AEW and being this shade, so it never dawned on me that like she has gotten, her skin tone is that much darker than this was before. But yeah, she was out there going beige for beige with Willow Nightingale. That's absurd.
That's crazy.
So, anyway, by the end of that, the baby faces win, and they don't know how to celebrate with each other. They just all just vibing together. None of this was like coordinated or pre-planned. So they all just reacted to each other, and it's almost like a damn improv of all the funny dance stuff they doing. So at one point, like, one of them kicks one of them in the ass, like playfully, like they doing. No, Elmana's doing like the can kicks, like she's on a stage, and then like I think it's Willow like starts backing her ass up into the kicks. It was like they don't know how to act with each other. Like it was just silly foolishness. So but I enjoyed it. So I guess, and that was the end of the pre-show. So moving on to the main card, the first match is Cope and Christian versus FTR.
I heard horrible things.
This match was good. Like, the horrible things, I don't know, but I thought that this was a pretty, you know what this is like? This was like a good WWE tag match with do you remember the tag match that Cope had with Rey Mysterio with like a bunch of run-ins and shit?
Yes.
It wasn't a bunch of run-ins, it was just one run-in. Beth came out. And like,
did she stare for 20 seconds before she made a move, like with the theme plan?
No. Like, Stokely was grabbing some powder to throw into someone's eyes. So Beth, music hit. You didn't know who it was, so you saw Beth on the Titantron or the big screen. She came down. Stokely tried to throw it at her. But he got him getting stopped before he could throw it, and ended up being laid out and then picked up on her shoulders and walked to up the ramp and to the back. So then the match continued. Now, here's where it got bad for me, right? FTR's carrying this match. FTR, they hit I believe they hit a package power, or the stuffed power driver in whatever succession. They hit the big rig in the package power driver on Cope. Cope kicked it 3. Then they got him. What? Then they immediately got him up for another move. Cope hit a spear and
nasty.
Cope hit a big move and won immediately after.
So hold on, like he kicks out at 3, they count to 3.
He kicks out at 2.999. Gotcha. They get him up almost immediately. They go hit with another move. Cope hits a big move and pins one of them.
I guess that makes the angle that I saw on the internet even make less sense. If I guess you got to keep finishing what happens here. Does something happen to Beth?
Yeah. So post-match is Beth comes down to celebrate with Christian and Cope. Cope hugs Christian. Christian, is opposed to being like, I hate this, is kind of like, okay, I get it. I don't want to do this, but I get it. Okay, you're hugging me, fine. They go to walk towards the apron. FTR basically runs into both of them and behind while Beth is between those two. So the collision causes both of those two to run into Beth, and Beth basically gets necked on the ropes, right? So Stokely comes back out, I believe. They grab handcuffs. They beat the hell out of Beth's down. They beat the hell out of Cope and Christian. They handcuff Cope to the ropes. Christian's laid out. Beth comes to, and Beth is trying to get, while FTR is working over Christian, Beth is trying to get Copeland out of the handcuffs. There is no handcuffs. They can't get him out in time. So at a certain point, they get tired of whooping on Christian. They turn around and realize that Beth's there. Copeland says, Beth, get out the ring. Get out the ring. Go, run. Beth kisses him, says, I love you, turns and runs into FTR. FTR, she gets some licks in and then eventually she immediately gets picked up in his stuff pack power drove into the mat. And then from there, FTR leaves out, and Copeland is sitting there still trying to get out the handcuffs till eventually they get out the handcuffs. I gotta say, when this happened, Rich, I was ready to award FTR another star. Look, for a heel to get that heat back immediately after getting hold like this, I was like, this is well done, because I was like, what FTR get out of this? I was like, never mind. This is some things are better than victories. This was better than the victory. They got the heat for this one. And they had heat in Toronto. They was going nose to nose with the fans for the match and after the match too. Yeah. FTR, this is my favorite era of FTR right now at AEW. And they've had levels of higher match quality week to week or whatever those. I just like the project that they are opposed to Copeland, and everybody is getting over off of Copeland's ass. Christian's getting over off of Copeland. FTR is getting over off of Copeland. Copeland's not getting over. Everybody is using that man as a stepping stone to get themselves further down the road. I like it.
Working.
Yes, I like it a lot.
So I saw another video where Copeland was like, I got to go home and be with my family. So, James, what do we get another one of, James? That's right. Another Adam Copeland return eventually.
Yep.
Because this is all this guy fucking knows how to do. Going back to WWE, just return after return after return. And they never mean anything. And he wins before he leaves.
Yeah.
What was the point?
Part-time contract, I'm guessing, right? That's got to be speculation, right?
Merchant.
Well, I think think of all the wrestlers that be coming and going, right?
Hey, I mean,
we know that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega are on reduced dates. We know that already.
Hey,
I'm not saying the same thing. I'm just saying this is.
I was told this guy was a full-time. I was told this guy is a full-time wrestler from Tony Khan. When he
really?
First signed. Yeah.
How many years ago was that?
2023, maybe.
Yeah, he showed up. Yeah, it was 2023 October, right? Because that was Wrestle Dream when he showed up, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't need to necessarily see more.
I was gonna say, do you want him on TV every week? Every other week? Because I don't.
I've seen the guy since 1998. I'm fine. Like that. There's nothing else here to offer.
You treat him like he Lil Wayne. I've heard him since 1998. I've heard every rap he could conceivably rap. I don't need to hear no more. I've already heard or seen the best of him already. That's what you at with him. Correct. We treating Colt like he like he Wayne. Look, you know it's funny because both their brains are scrambled for different reasons.
I mean,
one with drugs, one with trauma to the brain.
Alternate routes, same place, same destination.
One way or the other, the brain damage comes to get you.
Do you think this is it for Beth? Because I gotta say, man, I don't give a fuck about seeing Beth Phoenix wrestle.
Who would she wrestle? Is FTR going to add a woman?
I mean, who would the FTR woman be? That would Serena Deeb.
I mean, to be fair, we can't be doing that when Marina's.
Oh, Beth's absolutely a fake legend. Absolutely.
No comment. No comment. Rich said it. I don't have to say it. I don't have to. I can just move on. So look, what I'm saying is this, right? Right now, we could be like, who's a fit or whatever else, right? But like, it wasn't exactly a perfect fit for Marina Shafir to end up with Death Riders. Sometimes,
right.
Sometimes it's like, hey, you fit around, you know, like, cause hell, we might get Statlander in this shit for all I know. I don't know what happened on Dynamite, right? So who knows?
Oh, they did the DDP angle with her.
What's the DDP angle? Oh, WCW. She turned on them. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Like she ran out through the crowd.
Great. Anyway, we'll get to that when we get to that. So yeah, I mean, I thought I FTR will be back. I feel like I don't know where they are, but like, you have there at some point during this show, there was a backstage or backlot like interview or camera guy gets a camera up on Max Caster and Anthony Bowens arguing while Jerry Lynn's trying to say, hey, I don't care what y'all situation is. Like y'all, like I got a match booked for y'all or whatever else on Dynamite or next week or whatever else. So like either show up or don't. If you don't show up, then your ass ain't gonna be booked. Like that's basically what Jerry Lynn said and walked off on while he was still arguing. So it's like, all right, look, we're about to get the Acclaim back together. Like it's kind of like, hey, you got value. We tried something with you. It didn't work. Go pick up the tag rope again. It seems like we were starting to put these people back in their places because they didn't work out after we tried to push them further. And be like, nope, we got to reel it back because we got too much. We got Bandito. We got Kyle Fletcher. Nah, we got Takeshita. You ain't getting put. Ain't a room for you. Sorry, ain't a room. This is where the best wrestle. Where you wrestle the best is grabbing the tag rope. That's where you gonna be. So we'll get to another.
Like
one
where you
those.
Wrestle the best is from the apron. Like
yeah. The only time you wrestle the best is when you only wrestling half the time in a match. That's basically what that's Tony kind of telling some of these niggas. Good.
That's crazy.
Good.
Good.
All right. So
look, I'll say this in the Acclaim's case. I think Caster actually kind of worked out and carved out a little niche for him.
Yeah,
would he have gone far with it? Probably not, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he did a hell of a lot better than Bowens.
Yes,
I don't know what the fuck the idea was for Anthony Bowens because there were 5 of them. So like, I'm not opposed to it or whatever, right?
Same.
But the thing is, if you got that many shots, you got to hit one of them, right? It's like you can't go over 5. That's the problem. It's just like he needed someone, honestly, like a Danielson to just slap him in the face, like I suggested at one time. Like, I want to see if you're a wrestler. Like, I think that would have worked. That would have helped at least.
It would have helped. I still don't think you went far. I just think there wasn't enough. I don't think there was enough outside of the wrestling for him at this point. Like I said, there's a lot of guys at AEW can cut a promo in the right situation, but he's definitely not a person that can cut a promo in every situation or most situations. So he kind of was just stuck.
Seems like he has one volume.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like very loud, bombastic, 80s
right? Fire
or whatever.
Yes, he can cut a fire. He can cut a fiery promo, but it's not long, but like to the point. But
right. but it's like I still have really no idea who you are, even though you have several things that's supposed to tell me what you are. But
how do you port
there's
that
a bad
into
show?
How do you port that into weekly television? How do you build a singles program with that? There's ways to do it, but it don't seem like they had the time or the inclination to do so. And, like I mentioned, there's Takeshita, there's a bunch of motherfuckers that's rawer than the rawest of all time. And they don't speak more than a few words of English. And it's like, all right, we just ring the bell and have them be special and make people care. We got to do all this other stuff right now. Not right now. Come back in a few years. But your bread is butter as a tag team wrestler. That's already, the proof is in the pudding already. You can always go back to that. So they're going back. They're going back to what they know.
Speaking of comebacks, as you mentioned, up next, Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill.
Yeah.
A random match if there ever was one.
Yeah. And the crowd, the match was a random match. Like, Eddie Kingston could have had a better match than anyone else. This is like a 2-star special. It's an average of average match. And a lot of it was just, Big Bill's big and imposing and strong. And he's no selling the chops. And Eddie Kingston has work from underneath. And then eventually, he hits a number of back fists and gets the win. It was like 7-8 minutes. This could have been on Dynamite. Or, I'm sorry, actually, this could have been on Collision. This is more of a Collision match. The way this went.
Yeah.
So, now that's out the way. Now we really celebrate.
Man. Poor Eddie.
The Eddie. Oh, so I'm sorry. So after the match, I forgot about this part. After the match, Brian Keith gets in the ring, and Brian Keith and Big Bill start attacking Eddie Kingston. So the lights go out, and then you start hearing a weird, a weird synthesizer that never registers that this is person until you see the hook sign in the air, the hook signal. No pop. Again, no pop. People were screaming.
Not getting pops at pay-per-views. That's crazy.
People were screaming for Eddie Kingston to be saved. That hook signal hit that wall, and no one gave a fuck. That hook was coming to save Eddie.
It's like,
Kingston.
nah, man, keep whooping his ass. Like, try again. Who else you got?
You're like, oh, I guess he could save him. I guess. So he cleared the ring. Eddie Kingston. I guess now, and Eddie Kingston was hugging him and stuff, and you give him attaboys on the way back out the ring after they cleared those two out. So I guess he went from being Samoa Joe's young boy, took a break, said I need something bigger, and what's he gonna do? Be Eddie Kingston's young boy? This is a lateral move. He just found another loud talking big man that's lovable.
He need to look at Eddie Kingston and be like, this could be my future. He from New York. Look, we already know, like, Hook be dibbling and dabbling in the, we know what Hook presentation, kind of comes from. And then Eddie Kingston.
The white New Yorker that hangs around black people?
Correct.
Or white tri-state that hangs around black people? Okay, fair enough.
Correct. So, I don't know, man. Like, what's it going to be like when, like, Eddie Kingston and Taz got to go, like, start yelling at each other or some shit, like, over a hook?
I don't know.
Yo, they just can't keep Hook away from the unks. Like, they just can't do it, bro. Like, they should have put him with Anthony Bowens in Top Flight, just like them niggas was friends in real life. Let them niggas do that shit on screen. Like, them niggas actually, it seemed like they could get something rolling.
You mean what they should have did with Garcia in Top Flight?
Yeah, Garcia, Top Flight. Garcia's amongst that clique too.
I know,
or whatever.
But when it first was happening, it was like they should be doing they should have did a trios team of Garcia and Top Flight, like as a trios champion. This never happened. But yeah, man, just like all right.
Garcia and Private Party.
I said Top Flight. I meant Private Party. I'm sorry. I meant the other brothers that aren't brothers. Sorry, I fucked that up. By the way, Top Flight. Was on Collision or Dynamite the other day, and like they're both look softer than I've ever seen them before. I don't know if that's her attempt to bulk up, but like I don't know. It almost like yo, we weren't expecting y'all to call us right now, and I guess we got to show up and put on a match. And their performance wasn't affected at all, but I just noticed like yo, they both look like they're doing something different with their body right now.
Yeah. I was actually looking at Dante's hair. And I was like,
we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about
brother,
it. It's a disaster.
Yeah,
it's
I want to call home.
I
don't want to think about it.
Yeah.
It's like brother to brother. It's just like Look, don't do it for the white man. Do it for me.
Yeah. So. All right. So back to the regular schedule programming. So then this is where the show picks up. Mark Briscoe, MJF in a thumbtacks and tables match. Bro.
What a weird concept.
This match was great. Like, MJF comes out, he's wearing white from head to toe. He has white wrist tape, Rich, literally to like, maybe like 4 inches below his elbows. He has tape, and he has white gloves on. He has white pants. He also has like the pants extend like head to toe, everything's white, right? Bryce Remsburg, this fucking gimmick. I mean this in a good way, not a bad way. I know last pay-per-view people were mad at him. I mean this in a good way, this fucking gimmick. He decides, I'm gonna do another MJF match, and this time I got something for y'all asses. He comes out, and he has white gloves on too. And not only does he have white gloves on, he has like these like white sleeves that go all the way to his elbows, like even longer than MJF's, right? Not only that,
Iverson sleeves on.
This motherfucker he didn't have like construction goggles on, but he had yard work goggles on. Like the joints is like that, you know, like you don't want to get no dust or dirt in your eyes, or like let's say you grilling or whatever else, you don't want to get the smoke in your eyes, whatever else. He got them joints on too. I was fucking howling. He looked ridiculous. While keeping on, you know, like the ref top, the ref bottom, you can clearly see the knee pads on this man saying, I ain't finna get one of these shit sucking my knees. Absolutely not. So
yeah.
Out comes Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, he got on what he normally wear. He got a beater on and a bandana on his head. But the beater's white, right? So match starts.
Now.
Yeah, for now. Match starts, and MJF rolls out the ring. Now, keep in mind, I forgot to mention this. Before the match starts, there is a table on the floor, on each side of each ring on the floor, right? And it's already set up, right? And then there are buckets, like a pail, like a metal pail full of thumbtacks underneath the bottom rope in every corner. So when MJF rolls out, he's like, I wrestle when I want to. Man, Mark Briscoe said, oh, you wrestle you want to?
Dive.
Sorry for the branding deal, right? He grabs the pail, he proceeds to turn it upside down and basically almost like a chicken feed, just season the chicken feed, the thumbtacks along each like the inside of underneath the rope, right? Just a perimeter line, right?
Nigga season the ring. That's great.
With every single bucket, right? As he does that with every single bucket, I think he covers the around the outside or just around the under the rope of every single beside every single rope with 2 buckets, and then with the other 2 buckets, he proceeds to just get the whole rest of the floor. The whole entire floor is the entire mat is covered in thumbtacks. MJF makes his face like, this is the best acting face he's ever made. He's like, I don't want this at all. I want no parts of this at all. None of it. So he turns around and is like, I want out of here, right? Briscoe gets him back into the ring, and then he makes it. Once he gets back into the ring to get away from Mark Briscoe, he realizes, oh shit, I'm on top of all these thumbtacks while standing. I don't want no parts of this. So they start trading like who's gonna take the first. The whole match turns into who's gonna take the first bump. It's about 4 or 5 moves and them teasing. MJF gets up Briscoe, and he ends up getting a body slam on I believe, crowd. Oh my god. MJF then proceeds to drop him on the thumbtacks maybe like 3 or 4 more times. And that's around the time, whatever there was, this was the 4th time or 3rd time or 3rd or 4th time. I was like, all right, we're starting to get diminishing returns on the people freaking out to this. And it's like, it's about time for MJF to go into these. So MJF shoots him into the ropes, and he's about to give him a back body drop. He gets reversed, and then he gets back body drop into the ropes. And then he makes the crowd loving the part where he finally gets into it. And by that point in time, they start ripping the shirts off each other, and they just basically bumping on these fucking thumbtacks, and it's nasty. This match is great, bro. They teased a bunch of shit. They went through tables. Like at one point, and by the end of the match, you get MJF puts a table in the ring. He goes he grabs two pockets or two like sacks of thumbtacks and pours them on top of the table. And MJF goes through the table. And then I forgot what the big move was. I don't remember if it was a J Driller. I think it was J Driller on the tacks was the finish. Because it was Froggy Bow through the table, and then a few minutes later hits him with a one on the mat, and then he gets him up with the J Driller on the tacks and gets the win. Mark Briscoe beats MJF. MJF makes a sad boy face, sad as fuck face, losing to Mark Briscoe. This match is great. I probably 4 1/4. It's fun.
He cut a really good promo on Dynamite, like one of those post-match ones that they record at the pay-per-view.
When he loses?
Basically it was like, I'm going away for a little bit or whatever, but when I come back, all this shit gonna be different. And, he's, it was pretty good though. Good energy.
Yeah, honeymoon. You go on this honeymoon. So, next match followed that crazy shit. The Demand, Ricochet, and Gates of Agony versus Hurt Syndicate. This match
this should be interesting.
Match starts. Okay, I'm skipping straight through the shit, right?
This sounds terrible. At
the beginning of this match, it was fun. Shelton Benjamin was in there wrestling Ricochet and wrestling Bishop Khan. And it was fun. Then Bobby Lashley, MJF, got in there and said, you know what? It's my turn, and I don't want to sell for...
Who?
Lashley and MVP. When they were in there, they basically said, I want to get in, and I want to do all of my moves, and I don't want to sell for anyone. So, at some point in the match, they teased Toa and... I'm sorry, Leone. Is it Leone Toa? That's how I'm pronouncing it right?
Toa Leone.
Leone. Yeah, I got it backwards. So I was like Leone Toa. Like no, because that sounds too much like the Tongans in WWE. That's wrong. So Leone and Lashley in the ring to tease what they did on Dynamite, on previous Dynamite, and like they proceed to not do that. Lashley beat his ass. It's like, okay. So, MVP's in the ring, and MVP's in the ring with Ricochet. Ricochet's getting his ass kicked. Khan is selling for, like, MVP's the only person in the group that's selling at all. Or much at all. While, like, I'll take it back, because Shelton's actually going back and forth with people. But then at the end of it, like, or Shelton Benjamin started suplexing them to death. And basically they set up, like, the match went into WWE main event mode, where they end up on the floor, on the near side. So you're like, okay, somebody's about to charge, and about to break the barricade. But instead of breaking the barricade, they basically got thrown over the barricade, right? So, Lashley and Ricochet and MVP and the Legal Man, Benjamin and Lashley are on the floor. They're handling. Look, they're dispensing business to Khan and Leone by that barricade, by that what do you call it? Scorekeepers, whatever. Where they ring the bell, that area, right? Mm-hmm. They dispensing business over there. Ricochet, they cut them off when they try to charge. Ricochet then runs from inside the ring and dives over the corner into Lashley and Sheldon, and then they proceed to get them out the way, right? They then basically all three of them hit their move on MVP, and the MVP or hit their move. MVP's fighting back, and then like one of them grabs a hold of MVP. He can't fight back no more. Ricochet hits the spirit gun and gets the pin, and I was like, I told all of y'all, like, Ricochet's gonna get the win over MVP. That's gonna be their out because he's a pin here because he's a manager. But what is the match gonna look like? And the match was, we gonna take 80% of this match, beat y'all ass, and then we gonna kick your big man ass with our second biggest man. And then after that, like, You'll get us isolated out of here, take us off for a split second. We're way out away from the finish or whatever else. The big guys, Lashley in Shelton, and then we'll pin the manager with your front man. Your front man will, after selling his ass, bumping around like a rag doll for 15 minutes, 10, 12 minutes, whatever it was, he'll get the win back with a 3-on-1.
I gotta say, man, this don't sound like the Hurt Business allegations have been beaten.
Nope.
This don't sound like
Lashley fooled us with one match, with one hot match. Now, if he wants to continue to have hot matches with other big ass, other super heavyweights, have at it. But them three or whatever else, I don't want to see any more tag matches with them unless they're gonna start actually like doing business. Pun intended.
And
there has to be a back and forth. You can't whoop everyone's ass and then we whoop y'all ass, but we just no, man, like this. No, it can't.
Now it's
be
like,
this.
well, what do they do now? It's like, okay, you're not in the tag division technically anymore, or there's no reason for you necessarily to be that. Are you gonna try to spin back into singles now, like off of this, and then like?
At this point, that's what I want to see because this tag shit ain't gonna work because they treat it like, hey man, they treat it like they Brody and Hanson. That's how they treat it. If us two are together, why should we ever lay down for more than 5 seconds for anybody? That's how they treat it.
Like so put like them the Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah, some shit like that. Like they treat it like that. Like hell, Big Hash and you, they treat it like we should never have to be selling for nobody when it's us two together. So to get them out of this lazy shit, this shit that's not fun, they need to be singles wrestlers because when they're singles matches, they actually sell for people.
No, the thing is, like, when you got Bobby Lashley, you almost got to use him in one place.
Main event or not.
But it's like, does he want to play? Like, would Bobby Lashley and Hangman Page, like, be like what the fuck would that look like? Because Hangman will take it to him or whatever, but, like, there's a huge size difference.
What happens when Lashley don't want to sell for him?
Exactly. What
happens?
I don't know.
What happens when
maybe because it'll be like a world title thing. He would actually like, okay, I'm not going to drag my feet or whatever. But it's like there's nothing
you
that
think
says
he's gonna sell for a dude that weighs 225 pounds.
Highly unlikely.
Do you think they come? You think they got any finish for that except for? Like
some bullshit.
Except for, Hangman Page gets his ass beat for 80% of the match, and then he wins at the end because MVP decided to get his ass on the apron and try to use his cane and actually hits Lashley instead, and then he eats a buckshot after that.
That's the exact finish.
Right.
That's the exact finish.
No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. No. There's a dozen other wrestlers I'd rather see in the main event spot. In a title match than Lashley for that. No thanks.
So at this point, I'm like, well, if I can't feel like I can use Bobby Lashley at the top, and you already burned out in tags, like we already did this whole thing. The options are getting low. Let's just say that. Like, do you want him in there with Okada? I don't think that would go well.
I just don't understand, like, if y'all want to make, there's only two places to get big money in this in pro wrestling right now. You have took a nuke to one of the bridges. So unless you're retiring, and you haven't done enough to make that nuclear option the way you burnt it down in WWE to make them want you back. You haven't done enough to warrant them wanting you back. You're not Cody Rhodes as an act. You're not like John Moxley as an act. You haven't done that, right?
I gotta say, with MVP, I appreciate the sentiment that we understand you don't like Triple H and everything, but it's been some years now. Tell us why. Like all just posturing in these interviews and stuff like that.
Does he have to say it? He put it on Twitter.
I mean, for all of us, just kind of just wondering like what it is, like what? I mean, can we even get a hint?
I mean, we got a hint on Twitter, didn't we?
The whole thing was like he doesn't respect him personally or professionally. I'm like, okay. All right. Anything else to share with the class?
All right.
No.
I don't.
All right.
I'm not really too concerned. My point is like, hey, like if your whole idea is we're going to continue our careers in professional wrestling and one of the places where you can make a bunch of money, there's only two places. One of them seems like you burnt the bridge. So maybe you might want to start playing ball in this one as opposed to like having these matches to where like you're not. Who's getting over doing this? Ricochet's not more over than he was a month ago, or honestly 6 months ago. Doing this shit.
The only person that the Hurts Syndicate stuff like did not stick to and essentially ascended anyway was Swerve. And
because Swerve got the first job out the way. He was the first. Yeah. He was the first person job to Lashley. He got and he was on, and also he was just fresh off the title reign. So like he moves on. He lost his like it didn't stick to him. Because, like, it was a way everyone was still very happy with Lashley showing up, and Hurt Syndicate was, like, really fun. And then, like, the MJF stuff has stuck this thing in a weird spot, and, like, they haven't... And then they don't want to...
Hey, how about that?
They don't want to wrestle anybody, and it seemed like any of the pit top acts in the tag division want to wrestle them. So it's like, all right, where are we now?
Hey, how about that, James? Have they ever interacted with MJF ever since? It's like someone told you guys that was... that was gonna happen. Like there was no plan. They just took the plug out of that shit. Yeah. So like
it's amazing. Like ever since MJF started messing with them, stop doing that. Like MJF is doing better work. I don't know if you noticed that.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Look, we'll keep monitoring it, and we got the video, we got the audio. We got the archives. I stand on everything I've said.
It's strange, bro. It's strange. So, by this point in time, this match, after like the first 3 minutes that I talked about, like it kills the crowd. It's not a bad match, but it kills the crowd. The crowd went from after seeing the tax match, being very, very happy to being like, and then get me wrong, it's a hard match to follow. It was a great, nasty match, right? So the crowd's dead. Then out comes Mercedes and Riho for their match, and like I'm watching them wrestle, I'm just like, yo, what's wrong with this crowd? They're wrestling very, very well. This is a quality match that's going on. They're wrestling with pace. They're they're having great counters. Like this isn't like just a slugfest. This is nice. This is pretty good technical counter wrestling, trap wrestling, and like the crowd never connects with the match, and I'm just like, that damn Hurt Syndicate has killed the crowd. And that Mercedes and Riho can't even juice it back up, or they're just in a lull. And like I'm watching the match, I'm thinking like, well, maybe I'm liking this match more than other people, right? Because I'm thinking like this is close to 4. It's close to 4. I look today for the first time a cage match. It's a 7. It's a 7-4-9. So like people like this match, but the crowd didn't give a fuck. And I was like,
That crowd.
No, because the crowd picks up. The crowd was iffy at certain points, but the crowd picked up at different points, right? Like when we get to the triple threat match between Okada, Takeshita, and Mascara Dorada, like the crowd was out of their minds. Crowd's out of their minds. Get me wrong, the match is one of the best matches of the year, but still. So yeah, I was just
and I got to put the onus on on Tony Khan. Then like I gotta like, all right, man, like. You bring Rio in as a super cold challenger, and you give her maybe 2 matches.
Yeah, she had 2 matches.
And then it's like you pulled her out of mothballs, and there might not be a connection with Riho right now.
She's been gone for so long.
Like the connection with Riho, and we might as well talk about it now because like I can see we're already like we're going long probably. This whole thing with Gail Kim that has popped up with Riho. Over this week, it's like the connection with Riho is from the longtime AEW fans and obviously people in the company that have relationships with her, all the way up to Kenny Omega, who fired back at Gail Kim. And the shit with Gail Kim for me was so frustrating because a lot of these things that Gail Kim were saying about Riho with believability and then like the appeal that Riho may have, like this feels familiar. Like it feels like, hey, at one point in your career, it feels like these are some of the same things that were said about you. And here you go turning around. And I'm like, self-hatred that ultimately benefits the white man. A tale as old as time.
I didn't think that, but what I thought was, wait a second. There's a match later on this card that has a 160-pound wrestler versus a dude that's probably like 230 pounds. And no one said a peep about believability. So what? That's a bigger discrepancy in height and weight than from Riho to Mercedes Moné. What the fuck are we talking about? So I saw other complaint about like the cameraman was shooting shots up her ass. I was like, so basically what you've done, because like I'm watching the show and I'm watching the way they shoot it compared to how they shoot everything else. Like nothing's changed. The only difference is instead of her wearing tights or trunks or whatever else, she has trunks with something that flaps over the top that looks like a skirt. So what you've done is you sexualized the skirt. And she's not the first person to ever come up with this, because like when Dave Meltzer watches Rena wrestle, he does the same thing, and it's like, okay, so she's paying homage to Hana Kimura, who used to wear like short shorts underneath a very high skirt. But they're short shorts that are obvious. You can't see a goddamn thing. So, but if the skirt wasn't there, she'd be wearing short shorts. You wouldn't even say a word to her because they were just like MMA trunks. You wouldn't say a word. They look like compression shorts. Rio's clearly has like pants underneath her skirt. You're sexualizing the skirt. That's a you problem. That's not a Rio problem. That's a you problem. And then when you throw in they show shots of her ass, like there is Kyle Fletcher who's wearing pink draws. By definition, they're showing shots of his ass, but you don't sexualize him because you just watch him and they just wrestling. That's a you thing. They didn't shoot it no different. That's a you thing. That's a you problem. You have porn brain.
I'm willing to bet this alleged camera shot because allegedly she watched Riho a long time ago, and that's what she was referencing. And I'm like, okay, so like this situation may or may not have happened. You have just like thrown. It was like, all right, man, follow up with video. What are you talking about? Like, I just see it, and it's like, okay, it's exactly what Kenny Omega said. Somebody's trying to get a taste of the TKO. We know TKO ain't giving out no money. I don't know how much money it is, but I thought you were married to a billionaire, Gail Kim.
I didn't know that.
What are you doing here? Like, why we were talking about fake legends earlier. Oh my God.
So
like,
no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say like, and I can clearly see, maybe just walk with me here. Why I think she might have aimed at Riho, because Riho is an easy target for all the people that she later claimed to be friends with and like has this rapport with, like Jim Cornette. You can get some shit rolling. She was on Busted Open Radio today, James. And Riho is one of the earliest grifts of AEW that there ever was, James. If you were ever trying to get yourself out there right now, she just came back to TV. It was perfect timing for Gail Kim to start doing this, because Gail Kim saw Riho. So all the love that Riho gets, it's easy. Always been a fan favorite, popular. She's like, man, they ain't never loved me like that. In Riho's biggest moment,
better than Gail Kim.
In Riho's biggest moment, what was it, James? It was a mirror
match of the Aja Kong. Yeah, Riho versus Nyla Rose is Aja Kong versus Gail Kim. Yeah,
or Awesome Kong versus Gail Kim.
I said Aja Kong. Yeah, Awesome Kong. Yeah. Sorry.
Which is Manami Toyota versus Aja Kong. So you ain't even invent that shit. So like, get the fuck out of here. Like, talking about believability. Like, Aja Kong should have snapped Manami Toyota in half, bent her over the knee.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Manami Toyota was 5'6". She was tall. She was taller than Aja Kong, or as tall as Aja Kong. Like, it was just a size difference. Like, look, man. once you start talking to me about believability, I'm gonna start
to frame her. People tried to frame her as a must-hire for AEW. I need all of them to come back to the timeline right now and get your back straight and apologize. I need Gail Kim to log off. It's clearly, look, I know what the grift is. I see the play, Gail. And like,
I'm willing to give her benefit of the doubt, but my thing is like, you're attacking her like she's a grifter. I'm attacking her like she's saying this in good faith, and I'm just like, if you're saying this in good faith, you're wrong. You're just wrong. Like, you said that like she said these shots of, she may have saw a shot of Riho and they shot up her ass back in the day. I'm like, okay, I can go on any AEW show, and when they shoot from the cameramen that are shooting from the floor through the bottom and middle rope, they're shooting up everyone's ass, because in a sport like this, if it was legitimate, you would shoot up everyone's ass on accident too. What are some of these shots that you watch people on the floor in MMA? You're shooting people's ass. You're not doing it on purpose, but to capture the action for the best shot with the ref on the way, you happen to be someone's ass happens to be there. Grow the fuck up.
And the whole thing is like she's childlike. That's the other one, James. I'm like, this is a grown woman, James.
That's
like,
porn brain. That's a you thing, not us.
Look, that's a grown woman, and it's not like she's skipping to the ring.
I was gonna
like
say
a
that.
child.
I was gonna say that. Now,
it's
like
not
I said,
like she's carrying a doll to the ring, James.
Yeah. So I was gonna get to that.
Where was the concern of Gail Kim then?
I'm gonna get to that. So
on the same week,
there's a disconnect. There's just a disconnect of Japanese fashion and saying it's childlike, right? Like, Tam Nakano just retired. A lot of Tam Nakano's gear, people would have said that looks childlike. Hell, I don't know if they said that when she showed up on AEW for that pre-show match or whatever else, but like, you can see a lot of like, because it has like the Sailor Moon, the Sailor shit or whatever else, especially earlier designs or whatever, right? So I don't know the cultural significance of some of those fashion choices for some of the Joshi wrestlers. I don't know. Don't matter to me, right? But on the other end,
I know they don't know.
Right. So they assume it's, right, is that. Okay, if you want to do that, as you mentioned, AJ Lee, high cutoff, short shorts, chucks, skips down to the ring. Is her height and weight? Did she used to wear the black choker joint? Did she used to wear the choker?
You know, I would have to verify on that.
Okay.
I can't just say yes off the top of my head.
Alexa Bliss, as you mentioned, the doll. The pigtails. Where was it? Also, wrestles way bigger than her.
Yes. She was shouting out Xia Li, James, like, instead of, it's like, all right, bro. I know you worked at TNA and you might have seen her or whatever. And Xia Li's whole thing, her new Li Ying, I think, she looks like Gail Kim in 2005 right now, like the way she has her hairstyle and everything.
Okay.
It's like, okay. For me, it just reeks of like, let's aim at Riho. It's an easy target. But I don't think what Gail Kim anticipated was the amount of pushback all the way up.
Because we've been through this before. You late to the, as you mentioned, if this is a grift, you late to this grift. In the Monday night,
we already have the manual.
In the Wednesday Night War, this was already a rhetoric. This is already a topic. We've been past this. This was from 2019 into 2020. We're in 2025. You're a half decade late.
Crazy. It's why everybody already had everything ready to go.
So if she thought
everyone already had, no one had to think about it.
Right. So if she was, if she thought she was onto something, this is why she looking at her Twitter, be like, "Why are people kicking my ass in?" This is why you brought up some shit that people have been through this, digested it, metabolized it, went through it, and been past on. And we're on the other side of it already. Like we're done debating this shit with Riho. She survived. She lived through it. She's a fan favorite actor in this company. You lose. You lost this before you even started. You just didn't know that you was what you was starting to start.
Yeah. And it was just like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, it was just so random and out of nowhere too. So it was just like, okay, all right. And if it was me, like, you know,
are there any promos or backstage or TV or interviews with her when she's like basically swinging she's swinging in like a park? Because remember Alexa Bliss, she was swinging from the swings. Remember that?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, I've never seen that Rio. Rio don't never say shit. She may have said 2 words in AEW history. But meanwhile, what we got on the alternative? Not a fucking peep. All right.
Like, what have they done to ever make Riho a sex object? Like, yeah.
Women just can't exist in their own bodies without being sexualized in that way because of porn. Stop watching spinner porn, you freaks. You nasty folks.
Rape culture. So said that one low, but yeah. Like, bro, like look at this
Put
picture.
Down the faux Stop it.
James, I'm going to display a photo here of Xia Li right now, right?
Okay.
James, am I crazy for thinking that she is modeling herself after 2005 Gail Kim right here?
I do not see the picture. Oh, yes. Yes, she is. I just saw the picture. I just saw it. Yes. Yes, she looks like she looks like Gail Kim back in the day, yeah.
Incredible.
Now, she looks good, but she still looks like yeah. I ain't never seen Xia Li. First off, I can't remember last time I saw her with normal hair instead of being in braids. So
yeah,
refreshing.
But yeah, man, it's just like, I don't know, man. I think this is, like Riho. They play her happy ass music. She comes out there, everybody smiles, everybody's happy. She has her good match. Mm-hmm. The crowd goes up, and then typically, like literally 95% of her history, and then she takes her ass on, and then we wonder where Riho is.
Right.
That's the story of her career.
Yeah. In AEW, absolutely. Yeah. Strange, man. Strange. Anyway, the match banged, so I probably like it 3 3/4. And if the crowd was better, I might have been convinced to give it a full 4, but whatever. So match follows this. Boy. Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita versus Massacre Dorada. Matt, Rich, I don't know what time you're going to find time, but you need to go out your way to see this match, and you need to go out your way to see the main event. These are 2 of the best matches of the year. This 3-way match, how do I say this? This match had the objectives of, it had to get you to still want to see Takeshita and Okada after this match. And it also had, a side objective was get people to interested and excited to see Massacre Dorada in the future and in this match, as opposed to being like, why is he even here? Because we want to see this singles match instead. This match accomplished this in spades. This match, I think this match accomplished its objectives as well as any match on this card, including making you being like, oh yeah, Kyle Fletcher is a future wrestling god, and future AEW world champion, and future multi-million-dollar wrestler. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Man, this match starts. There's some similarities to this too, like that triple threat match at WrestleMania with the women's between Io and Bianca and Rhea, where it's like Io just feels like an afterthought. Massacre Dorada seems like I thought, like the real smoke people want to see is the 2 bigger wrestlers, and the smaller wrestler has to be so sensational that you're like, no, actually, fuck that right now. We want to see her and him do cool stuff to these other 2, bro. Dorado was out here pulling out shit I ain't never seen before. The double, the 2-for-1 Hurricane Rana spot where you basically wrap your legs around 2 wrestlers and you sent them.
Yeah.
Takeshita, this is later in the match. This is like the 4th crazy thing he did, and like maybe the 2nd thing I had never seen someone do before. Takeshita and Okada are both on the top turnbuckle, standing on the top turnbuckle in the bottom, like they're about to do a Spanish fly, right? They're not in that position, but like they're both face inwards. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know, like, is Takeshi about to hit him with that super lariat outside to the floor? That's going to kill both of them or one of them. What the hell's happening? and then while they're both standing up there, Masquerada gets up and then 2-for-1 hurricanes both of them. That shit was all time. I was like, what the fuck? This shit was an incredible spot. Bunch of other shit, like, and then at the end of the match,
funny thing with this, the Mexican and Japanese wrestlers getting it in Canada. Interesting.
I didn't think of that at all. But yo, man, like this match was so fucking awesome, bro. Like it was like Takeshita and Okada are like the perfect like basers for this guy to do all his cool shit. And then like in the meantime, they picking him up and throwing him around. And Okada's like, he is saving a perfect time to do the drop kick at time. Like the finish of the match is, everybody's laid out. Takeshi just laid out Dorado, and like he's about to do in Okada. He goes for the knee, and he's like it because it didn't work earlier. So he goes for the knee. He bounces off the ropes behind Okada, comes bounce off the second rope, eats the drop kick, gets sent out of there. After like Okada never lands the Rainmaker. I think he lands the Rainmaker one time, but like it wasn't on Takeshi, I don't think. So he then, after the drop kick sends Takeshi out of there, he's basically picks up, the beaten Dorada after Konosuke basically finished him, and he hits him with the Rainmaker, gets out of there. And I'm just like, after everything they did in this match, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, for all those people that talk about like Okada and if he's up and down, whether or not he's still great or still has it or whatever, I was like, shut up. And shut up and watch the 4 3/4 or 5-star triple threat match. Shut the fuck up. Have a Coke and a smile. This shit was awesome. And like, I almost wore my Okada, or I have 2 Okada shirts. I almost wore one of them today. I decided for the show now. Oh, actually, I got 3 of them. I didn't, because Vendor. I forgot about historic crossover. I forgot that I got 3 Okada shirts, but this one of them. So yeah, man, I was like, I felt vindicated again. Like y'all be, depending on the time of the month, or every 2 months, he'd be like, I don't know if he still got it, and he go out there and have he reaches back and throws hit 86 or 98 on the gun. Is like, shut up. So there's another one of them, and like, hey, Dorada, he's welcome anytime. He, I don't know how that's gonna go. I kind of need him on. I need to see him versus Bandito really bad. I need to see him versus Ospreay really bad. I need to see him versus Fletcher really bad. Like, he's awesome. Like, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. And like, I say this while he's still not a perfect wrestler. He still fucks up stuff he tries, but the shit he tries is so mind blowing that it don't matter. It's almost like Rey Mysterio back in the day. It's like, he will fuck up, but like the shit he doing is just so crazy that it's like, you don't allow for the fuck ups because it's spectacular. He's incredible.
Breaking news: Gail Kim is now aiming at Dave Meltzer, thus completing the grift.
Did Dave Meltzer even talk about it?
Yeah, he talked about it today, and
on Wrestling Observer. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Randy Moss play when I want to play vibes from Okada. That's fucking hilarious. Like, in the James world, I would imagine.
I'll allow it. All-time talents.
Konosuke Takeshi's O&R metric just for this year is 16.
Yeah, bro. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's been that, and he's allowed to double dip.
But when you want to talk about above 7, the number is 47.
That's fucking silly.
Please keep this in mind during most outstanding.
Why the fuck is he even wrestling 47 matches at this point in the year? Like, how do you even that means he's been wrestling like on indies. Cause like between just New Japan and AEW, there's no way he's wrestled 40. I don't think he's wrestled 47 matches total.
He's worked in DDT. He's worked in CMLL some.
I didn't know
he
that.
He did do a match in Tokyo Joshi Pro.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's it pretty much. AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor.
Wow.
A couple times.
Oh, what a wrestler. What a wrestler. And man, when they...
What a fucking talent.
So, bro, after the match, right? Callis gets in the ring. And, like, Okada holds the belt up in front of Takeshita. And Callis in between them. In the camera shot, and I'm just like, that's the video package right there. That's gonna be in the video package. That shot right there. I don't know when and where, but like, man, they keep prolonging this match, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna be all time match. But god damn it, man, they keep making me be like, you know what? They keep being like, they keep acting like they don't want to do it at a certain point, like they're disinterested, and they take the gas off of it. And then they putting gas back on it. Every time they put gas on it, makes you want the match even more. I think this might be my most anticipated match, like, in the future. Like, there's no match that's like on the horizon that is being teased right now that I care about more than Takeshi Okada right now. Whenever they get to it, like,
that's high on the list for me.
Oh my god! I mean,
stuff I'm not at liberty to speak about.
Look, man, outside of like maybe like Ospreay and Swerve in like a Owen final. That's the only thing I can think of right now. I know you told me the match, but like even right now, like that's a theoretical match. So I'm not even. That's not something to be teased on TV. They have teased sort of that that might be the route they go with. Or not teased, but like they have set the groundwork for a potential Swerve, Ospreay, Owen final next year. So I'll allow that to play in my mind. But yeah, it's. God damn, that match is gonna be incredible when they have it. Oh my god! Like, and it's just like when he the way he threw him out was like. It was just like, yes, man. And they also mentioned on commentary with Danielson and with Callis, like the Senpai Kohai stuff. It's like, yeah, man, that's been Okada's gimmick for a few years now. I'm not putting over none of these young Japanese niggas. No, I'm not doing it.
Not a fan of the YJs.
You. I forgot about this shit. So yeah, man, like I just love it. He's not seen no grounds, none of these niggas. Like in kayfabe. I love it.
Yeah, Okada and Takeshita. You know, something about those guys from DDT when they get in there with Kazuchika Okada. It's always natural. It's like oil and water. It don't mix. You know, like it's oil and water.
Look, Okada like, look, man, that outlaw mud wrestling y'all doing over there, I don't respect it. Not at all. No.
So
absolutely not. You want to be a legend, you gotta come face me. That's what it comes down to. You want to be a legend, you gotta come face me.
Oh man.
So after that awesome fucking match, it gets followed up with a crazy fucking match. Coffin match, Moxley in Darby. And the match starts where Moxley's making his entrance, and then Darby just attacks him like in the walkway. So they start fighting around the walkway. They beat so there's two coffins. One coffin has like symbolizes Moxley, and it has like Moxley's like barbed wire rose tattoo that's on his forearm. And then the other one is on the other side of the ring, and it has like, I forgot what this is, but it symbolizes Darby. I forgot what the artwork was though, but it's Darby's art. So they proceed to basically use the Moxley casket. And man, they use this casket so fucking much that like it broke off the hinges, Rich. The door broke off the fucking hinges. And I don't mean like late in the match. It broke off almost immediately. Like the first spot they did was they do all the brawling, they end up in the ring. Moxley throws Darby into the ring. He gets the Moxley casket up, and he props it up by the ringside. It opens the door and props it with the door. Darby comes in and topes through the middle and bottom rope, and it basically like it's almost like a flying tope spear. It worked like sending both of them in the casket colliding off. And once it collided off, the door broke off the hinges, and then it proceeded to then use that casket at a certain point. They get it through the through the bottom rope to get into the ring by Marina takes off or loosens up the one of the corner turnbuckles at the bottom and gets it through. So Yuta, Garcia, Claudio all come out there and help get the casket in, and then Moxie tells all of them, including Marina, go to the back. Go, and all of them immediately went to the back, except Marina was like, I don't want to fucking leave, but she told me to, so I'll leave. She looked so reluctant to listen to his orders. So they proceed to then start doing nasty shit. At a certain point, Darby gets starts biting and chewing and scraping at Moxie's ear. His ear starts bleeding in a similar fashion to how Moxie had Darby's ear bleeding. I believe that was at the last pay-per-view. Later in the match, Darby has planted in the top turnbuckle a fork and proceeds to do exactly what your boy Hangman Page did to Moxley in Texas. Just spiking his ass with the fork, and he's bleeding all through the forehead. Just disgusting. And I was like, man, they're killing each other. So it looks like Darby's about to win, and then out comes Pac, who's fully dressed in a t-shirt and pants, and it's cut his hair. I've never seen him with short
violation.
Hair
Violation.
I've
never seen him with clothes before. Didn't know he owned clothes.
So, man, like I said, they beat the casket. The Moxie casket's in the ring. The Darby casket is on the floor. They've already knocked that over off of the thing it was standing on. Man, Pat comes in, interferes. Pat gets up Darby in a fucking razor's edge, and he proceeds to razor edge him over the top rope from the inside of the ring, over the top rope, and Darby falls and hits the coffin that's laying on the floor.
Yeah, Ethan Page special,
bruh. I was like, what the fuck? Roll him back in the ring, pulls him back into the ring. And by this point in time, when Pat comes out, Moxie can't do shit because I forgot this part. Before that, they end up by ringside. This is where the Darby casket is knocked over because Darby's in control. They're by Danielson at ringside. Danielson pulls out a bag and just hangs it over. It pulls out a bag and slides it towards Darby. Darby reaches to the bag and grabs out a clear plastic bag. He went out there and suffocated the shit out of Moxley twice while he was bleeding. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's funny. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, kill him, Darby. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. So that's when Pac shows up to save Moxley. So after that razor's edge over the top, Pac gets Darby back into the ring. And Moxley can't move. He's that spent. Pat grabs a body bag, puts Darby into it, lifts Darby, puts him into the coffin. Like I said, the hinges on the door off. Moxley can't move. Moxley, while on the ground, just kicks the door. And the door happens to close, but it can't close all the way as a seal because it's off the hinges. They count it anyway because it's over. That counts as door closed because the door is closed, but it's off the hinges, so it don't close in complete seal. But he lost. Darby, so Moxie wins. And I was like, that is a great illustration of what Darby just did to Moxley. He was so spent that another nigga had to hit him with a finish, put him in a body bag, throw his ass into the casket, into the coffin. But Moxie can't even get to his feet or get to his knees to close the thing. He has to just, with his last bit of strength, just kick the damn door closed on him. I was like, this is great. I love the match. 4 1/4. It was fun. I'll check this out if you got more time. But this will be the third thing I check out on this show.
So it looks like we're headed towards an I Quit match between Moxley and Darby, possibly at Wrestle Dream. Darby ended Dynamite by coming out with a flamethrower. He was not happy. Buried. Darby has lost at least 2 coffin matches now.
He's been in 6.
Oh wow.
He's been in 6, so I mean, I think he's probably like 3-3. It's fine. This is his match in AEW. So he's gonna win something, he's gonna lose something. Just like the Buried Alive match, cast match in Undertaker in WWE.
The Undertaker,
He's shit. Undertaker probably on a losing record in them shits. Because Nick, look, all the niggas would
30 niggas jump out.
Oh no. Yokozuna will not be doing the job for Undertaker. We can't even get his ass into the coffin. So how is he gonna do it? Put Undertaker in there. So just to skip around.
Have you thought about what an I Quit match between these two is gonna look like?
Yeah. Darby's gonna make him tap out by choking him. It's gonna be like Texas Death when he taps out.
Yeah, he's gonna put that bag on his fucking head.
On his head and yes. I will say this. Like, I laughed and howled at this, right? Like I mentioned, like he was beat up and he was just hurting and he had no more strength left. When they cut back to him before he kicked the shit down, before he kicked the door down, he did the thing that I always thought, like, this is what you should do whenever you're getting suffocated with a plastic bag. He ripped the plastic bag with his hands and ripped it open around his face. It's like, yeah, that's what you should do with all plastic bags. I don't know. Do niggas just panic or something when they getting tortured? I mean, obviously the answer is yes, but you know what I'm saying? It's funny. But yeah, so so everybody comes out from Death Riders. Garcia, Claudio, Yuta, and those three plus Marina, they all basically act as pallbearers and carry the casket out of the ring and walk it to the back with Moxley. So they cut back at a later point, like 2 matches later, 1 match later, and all of them have are together. They're celebrating that they won, and Moxley tells the cameraman, "Get the hell out of here! Everyone needs to leave." He tells all of them to get in the truck, and they all get into the truck, and they go to drive off, and they leave. Moxley's going to do something to this casket with Darby still in it. So by the time, there's a pipe that was used in this match. I forgot about it. The lead pipe that was used in this match at some point. So the pipe was inside the ring. It was inside the coffin. I noticed
Rio comes back, a pipe appears. Amazing.
Yes. Good point. So...
That's our weapon, you know.
I was trying to like not laugh at this shit, but yeah.
Rioism, yes.
So it's only about to do something sinister. We don't know what it is because by the time he goes to open the casket again, Darby is out and somehow managed to unzip the body bag and has hit Moxley with the pipe. Pause. So then Moxley, because he told all of them to leave. So Death Riders is up the road like a quarter mile by the time, so I didn't even see this happening. So Darby then puts Moxley into the body bag, zips him up to his neck. So you can see his hands exposed, everything else is like zipped up. He then proceeds to spray lighter fluid across like the pants part of like the bottom half of Moxley, and then he sets it on fire. So basically, like he set it on fire, and obviously Moxley's wearing jeans, so like he's protected that way. And then like people come immediately and spray it down or whatever, so they pull and they drag Darby away. So Darby got his. That's how he got his. I guess you say heat back after losing that match, getting losing a 2v1. But like, yeah, so that's what set up what you saw on Dynamite. Yeah, this one Darby needs to win this next one. He needs to win the Light Quit match. Yeah,
I think he needs to win that one.
Yeah, I mean, I would be okay. I mean, I thought he was going to win this one, but I'm okay with him.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, but then again, it's like, oh, that means Moxley lost 2 pay-per-view matches in a row. Maybe they were like, I can't be doing that. So we'll set him up in Wrestle Dream. I'm fine with that. Because it also comes at the 1-year anniversary of like, all of this shit with him winning the belt back off of Danielson and retiring Danielson and the iteration of this heel character or whatever else. Like, you'd be like, all right, we've been on a 1-year anniversary of it. I think it's poetic in a way. A 1-year anniversary of pay-per-view show anniversary. So, then after that, you end up getting the women's 4-way match. Statlander, Toni Storm, Tekla, and Jamie Hayter. And I gotta say, like, Tekla always looks cool. She always gonna look cool no matter what. She
swagged out.
She came out with this new jacket, and I mean cool like swagged out. Sometimes swagged out. Sometimes she looks like a badass. Like she comes out, she has a jacket on. She has like all these new piercings and like in her her eyebrows and her like up here in her nose or whatever else. And in her cheeks, it looks cool. I don't know if like they're actual real piercings or whatever else, but it looks cool. And also, she has tons of piercings before it anyway. So, out comes Stat. Stat has new music. Jamie Hayter comes out. Toni Storm comes out.
I heard it. I am not a fan of it. It was mad regular compared to her last one.
I don't think they need to keep taking swings. I don't think they found the perfect theme music for her yet. Even the one before is better, but I never thought that was the one for her. Like right now, like Kyle Fletcher's, I don't think that's gonna be the one for him for like when we remember him 15 years from now as a pro wrestler. I don't think that's gonna be what we're gonna keep with him 15 years from now. He's gonna switch up and find something better. I believe. Anyway, so match is really, really, really good. Lots of action, lots of tease of like Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm and like their friction over, the title change. Before we get to that, they did a video package that was like shot like a movie vignette of like almost like a movie preview. And it was called Fatal, this is I'm Toni Storm. And this is Jamie Hayter, explains Jamie Hayter's character. Talks about Chris Statler said she's an alien from outer space and talks about her character. And then says, and Tekla, it's almost like Charlie's Angels, and she was Charlie in a way. Like explaining all the women. And then she says, and Tekla, she's a crazy bitch. And it was funny. And then like the way that it was like the design of it looked like a retro like movie preview. And I thought it was really cool. And at the end of it, I was just like, she's a one-woman show. Like she's the MC. She's basically the MC for this whole match. And then she says like, the name of this match is a fatal, or the four-way kiss, or the fatal four-way kiss of death or something like that. But it was like some
4 ways to die.
4 ways to die. That's what it was. And I was like, that's really well done. That's really well done. Fitting with her character. Fist and did this really well. She the only one had to talk. And I'm just like, man, like her character is so malleable. It could be serious. It could be funny. It could be wacky out of this world. And like all of it works because she's been able to do all of it over this time. I was really impressed with this video package. So, like I said, tons of great action. They're hitting each other really hard. They're flying around, like really, really fun, like throwaway action and all that kind of stuff. Like really, really enjoyed the match. I was really surprised with the finish. Like before the match started, Yuta, he goes up there and does the thing that he's been doing with Chris Statlander over time where Wow. Wow. That'd be the first match since like 2017. That's crazy. Rich just showed a graphic of their show that Io Shirai is going to, I believe, come to Marigold and wrestle Mayu Iwatani. And their series of match from 2016 to 2017 is the reason why like it got me to pick up a Stardom subscription. The only reason we ever cover Stardom is because of Freedom and like their series of matches in particular. So yeah, them two at this stage in their career wrestling each other. Mayu's even better than she was back then. Io is still as good as wrestler as she was back then. So maybe she took a little step back. I don't know. But like when Io comes to Japan, she's Io Shirai. She's not Io Sky. So yeah, that match is gonna be incredible. So anyway, yeah, talking about the 4-way match, like it was really fun to get to the finish. And like I mentioned, Yuta has been in Statlander's ear before matches a lot of times. And like, she has won matches with the Wheeler Yuta safety belt, flash finish, right? Tekla and Jamie end up out the match on the floor. And just seemingly out of nowhere, Statlander just catches Toni Storm in the seatbelt and wins. And the crowd is shocked. Toni Storm has his face like, what? She was shocked. Like, she was like, what do you call it? She was in a state of shock. Like, I can't believe my historic, most important women's reign in the history of the company ends on a fucking roll up. And in my mind, I was thinking, your face is out how I feel. Like, you mean there is no way in fuck Tony Khan has like a Hangman Adam Page or Jon Moxley title reign in that way. Hangman Adam Page was never going to win the AEW World title with a fucking Lamar Straw cradle. That was never happening. I was kind of pissed when I saw it. I was like, are you serious? In a fucking 4-way, the champion loses actually, and doesn't get finished, gets caught. Just gets caught.
It was very shocking when I saw this. I was like, huh. I saw a lot of people celebrating. I saw confusion also. And just thinking about it, it's an odd choice to do it there.
She was thrown into this match. It was in the build to this. It was like going to be Tekla and Toni Storm, and then Jamie Hayter made the run in and save for Toni Storm and Tony. And then you remember the smoke from when Jamie last had a championship, so you knew that was a brewing. And then out of nowhere, Chris Statlander just happened to be there. In kayfabe, happened to be there. They're like, you know what? You get a title shot. You get a title shot. You get a title shot all at once, and she's the one that wins.
Yeah.
What?
Interesting. Yeah, so like to follow it up, like when it went to Dynamite, it seems like this thing is going to pivot towards Willow and Statlander again.
Well, my first thought,
you would think that's the obvious person
my
where
first
it's
thought
going.
was, oh, she won a title, she's going to go heels so Willow can win. Fine by me, but it's like, can you give Statlander some credibility before she actually wins the title? She ain't did shit except for do weird promos in the back that sucked. She's throwing paper in the air, running away. What?
Look.
She's the coldest she's been in a year, and now she's champion.
Now she's the champion.
Great job.
But
way to book it, Tony.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that going into it, but in the immediate aftermath, it's actually kind of set up kind of well for her. She had a great main event with Mina Shirakawa, which would have fit on any fucking Stardom Grand Prix show that we've been watching the last couple years or whatever.
Well, those two are very talented, but you know, like,
and every time Mina gets a chance, it's like, no, I am not just some, person you throw in here or whatever. Like, you can actually push me if you want, Tony. Like, that's like what the vibe.
She isn't getting a push. She's their team. She's the Ring of Honor TV champion, Rich.
Yeah, she cut a promo too. That was pretty good.
Well, I'm saying that to be dismissive. I'm being sarcastic. Like, I'm with you. Yeah, she's done more than enough to get a push it to this level, and the crowd loves her the same way maybe not the same way that they love like Willow, but like I don't think it would take much for people for a regular crowd to care about Mina Shirakawa more than Chris Statlander, other than the time invested. Chris Statlander has done, like, what's your favorite Chris Statlander promo? You got one?
Well, there is one.
I just don't.
When she told old girl, I see why you was adopted.
Talking about Layla Hirsch, that shit sucks. She's a babyface saying that shit. Statlander is super talented once the bell ring. But she has never given me anything outside of she's quirky for a personality or a character, and I'm like, okay, you're like Orange Cassidy in the conglomeration can't save everybody. Like that was.
She's teaming with Darby Allin next week in a tornado match against Wheeler Yuta and Marina Shafir. They basically, like, at the end of the match, people thought Statlander was basically going to turn heel on Harley Cameron at the end, and she punches I think she attacks Wheeler Yuta, slams him, whatever, goes up to Jon Moxley face to face, is like, fuck you, and like runs out the ring or whatever. It basically does the DDP in the Superdome with the NWO.
That's cool.
Runs through the crowd.
That's cool.
and they're going to have some kind of death match next week. Darby Allin and Chris Statlander.
That's
will be
legitimately cool, and that's legitimately like one of the best things she's ever done outside of the work in the ring in AEW. Like, I'm not if you're saying she did that, like, I'm not trying to be, when I say that's cool, I don't mean it dismissively. Like, that is legitimately cool. Like, that's a cool thing of, like, people thought they teased this heel turn. Willow told Harley to watch her back. Everybody feels that you see the teasing of Willow. She just won a match, with Yuta. She just won a match using Yuta's move. They teased that heavily. That was in your brain.
I was about to say, I would not have been happy if she jumped on Harley, and I don't think anybody else would have either.
But that's why it's so good. Like, what I'm saying is, like, the way they laid it out for you, you thought it was headed that direction. They swerved you in a positive direction. I like that. That's actually positive momentum for Statlander. I didn't see it, unfortunately, but, like, just what you laid out on paper, that's a big win for Chris Statlander, because, like, what she was doing before she won this belt.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of it's a function of, like, you know, Storm and Mercedes were champions forever. We should probably talk about Toni Storm, like, presumably taking a step back on the same night that Tony Khan introduces women's tag team championships in the AEW. Controversial opinion here. I am not a fan of women's tag team championships coming into this company. And, you know, for me, it looks like it's going to be... He already can't book the trios belts. I feel like this is just another set of those. And then there's going to be this pressure to have more matches blocked off. And I'm not like, you can book it without it. Oh, whatever. You can book more matches without it. I think it's just, it lends weaker wrestlers potentially getting in the mix, like amongst the women. And, you know, they got to start somewhere. But, and there's like, I think the issue I started having was I started seeing so many pictures and tweets from people saying they want to form teams and teams they want to form. And it was just anybody and their mama. It was anybody. It was like, bro, we trying to keep this shit dope. I do not want to see Deonna Purrazzo and Taya Valkyrie. God bless them. I do not want to see. Look, I do not want to see them like out here trying to throw their hat in the ring, essentially, and then like getting basically, you know, summoned up and taking pay-per-view spots. Like, I just think like, and I think the Tony thing is immediately like they took the belt off her. They're gonna slap these shits on Tony and a friend, which is probably
Mina
Windsor.
Mina, I mean, but you gotta keep in mind, she did so much work with tag teams. Like, you gotta remember, she got her and Mina, she got her and Windsor, and she also still has Thunder Tits. So, like, she has plenty of tag partners to pick if she wants to.
Yeah, they should all fight for it.
They should all fight.
The winner becomes
like fight for who's gonna actually get a push because Toni Storm is cash cow.
Right.
That's funny.
So like it's like they're doing this thing like where they make the elite the first champions, and it's like, all right, what about when the elite not the champs no more? What is it gonna be then? Mm-hmm. And we saw them trio belts been in hell ever since they pulled them down off that ladder and gave them to the House of Black.
I agree with you. My only issue is exactly what you're saying. Like as they had the teams for it. They all wrestle in these heel versus heel teams, face teams of like, you know, 3 in like quattros and cincos and trios anyway. So that's already what they've been percolating and brewing up anyway. But if these titles go the way of, as you mentioned, the trios thing, then it's not worth doing. I agree with you. But that's the only reason I have an issue with it. Like, but yeah. if they're going to actually, like, you know, we're going to commit to a whole year of giving a shit, I'm fine with it. Do I think they're going to do that?
Like,
no.
Like, the upside of it is like, all right, maybe you stumble upon something that makes some of these women's wrestlers a lot more popular, right? And it gives them another forum to where they don't have to, you know, the inexperienced wrestlers don't have to be relied upon in singles matches. It can be like, okay, you've got this team of Julia Hart and Sky Blue, right?
Right.
I don't particularly want to see them in singles matches on a pay-per-view.
But they're capable taggers.
But if you put them in a situation where it's like they can have like this thing where they get their act over and like people get into it, it's almost like a different kind of popularity. Like what made like women's tag teams in Japan popular. Like, and it just hasn't ever been executed and tried on a level. So, maybe I'm wrong. Like, maybe this is something to be like, okay, give them some rope on it. It's just I'm betting with the fucking history.
Right. No. If we are proven wrong, it will be pleasant because it defies the history of this company. As far as them sticking with something like that's like tertiary titles.
Right.
Like look what is this? What is Okada's belt called? Continental has got
the unified title.
What is the unified? You tell me the number 1, 2, or 3 contender for the unified title actually the number 2 or 3. Like what does that title scene even look like?
Why the fuck is the unified title under continental rules being defended in a 3-way? Like
another one,
that's
right?
ridiculous in itself.
Another one, right? Like until Fletcher came and saved it. What was the TNT title scene looking like in 2025? It was okay, but it wasn't like people were really clamoring for it. It was Adam Cole and Garcia.
Yeah.
Right. So
it's like I think there's a lot of trepidation here. I think there's a lot of excitement, but I've got trepidation.
What your reasons for concern are earned. If they prove us wrong, they have defied their history. Nothing wrong with them. Not like they have too many titles. They have not because they don't have the talent for it, because it loses focus. It's hard to focus. I don't know who hell.
And also you can fall into the trap like, oh, it's for a belt. That's all it's for. But then like your storytelling and also like
the story's more important than the titles. And if you can't figure, and if you have more, and if you can't figure out how to fit all of those in the thing or whatever else, then you got to put the titles to the side. For the betterment of AEW, they've realized that and have put some of these titles, out the way to focus more on their stories. That was a good thing. But the problem is the title's still there, and eventually you got to use them, right?
Right.
So, like, if they do have, like I mentioned, like how they have built up the men's division steadily and slowly with I guess we'll talk about that after this next match. But like, there are things like the men's division has been shaping up with tag teams reforming or laying the groundwork, and then like this women's division, there are tag teams. There is, as you mentioned, Julia Hart and Sky Blue. There is Penelope and Megan Bain. There is Statlander and Harley Cameron. There is like Billy Starks and Athena. Right? There are Toni Storm and her various 3 tag team partners we mentioned. Like there is room for that. There's Amanada and she'll find somebody.
AJ.
Oh yeah, it's AJ.
I can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there are women's tag teams. There is enough for a division there. The thing is like, okay, what's the scene on the like after the title scene? We ain't got none. Oh, okay, what's the point of doing it? That's how you end up with the trio shit.
Yep,
it's earned, as you mentioned. It's earned. I hope we're wrong, but our skepticism is earned. So next match after that, the tag team.
One more thing, Toni Storm. It was time. Can we admit that
it was time? It was really weird to give it to her when you could have other exit roles earlier than this. I was shocked. And like, I felt like for this to be the most important title change title reign that you ever had, to have it in that way, I felt like you would have never done this to the Young Bucks. You would have never done this to Kenny Omega or Hangman Page or Moxley. I just felt like it was justified. That's you're never going to, or chances are you're never going to have a title reign that important in that division, and it ended that way. I was like, nah. Yeah,
nah. A lot more to be desired there. I think she deserved better.
How about this? How about this? I bet you don't have Mercedes Moné lose her TBS title like that. I bet you that don't fucking happen.
I don't think that's going to happen either. With Statlander going forward, plenty of options. I mean, Willow's right there whenever they want to warm that up. We don't know if, Mercedes be like, I beat you before. What's up? And then
twice.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
People were saying it could be a rematch
between her and Toni.
Something else. Yeah.
I mean, they could do the match and have Toni. Look, it would help Chris Statlander a whole lot if they had the match and then Chris Statlander beat her with a Saturday Night Fever, that would definitely help her.
Yeah.
That would definitely help her. But this is one of those things where it's like, you've already done it, and now you're on the back end and giving her this stuff.
You are cutting the brick.
You should have built this stuff up before then to get to this point. If you're going to make her the champion. It was almost like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, so these next two matches, not going to be no title changes. This is like, we got to change one of these titles on a show. Otherwise, people complain there was no title changes. No moments happened. So main event.
Ladder match.
4-way ladder match. Bro Dito's, Young Bucks, Hechicero and Alexander and Jet Speed. Man, they tried to kill each other like 8 times in this match. Close to the end of this match. There's too much shit to count. Awesome match, by the way, but too much shit that's happened to even try to count. In this match, I believe it was Hechicero and Alexander on the floor. And Bandito, you know how he does that moon slam, that moonsault slam joint?
Yeah.
The Steiner joint off the top rope. He did that from the post with a fucking ladder, landing on Alexander. Hechicero, and I don't know if I think Alexander may have mangled his fucking hand trying to catch that ladder. I'm not sure. It looked terrible, but they did it, and I was like, my first thought was watching. I was like, oh my god, he's gonna die. Like, how's he not gonna break his ribs? And then I see Landon. I didn't even think after that. I was like, I didn't even think about Bandito. I go immediately to watching Josh Alexander grabbing his hand and like he's trying to poke or push his fingers back into place. That was a crazy spot. There's like 3 or 4 other things on here that was also nuts. Like, Bandito did on a ladder bridge from the corner to another ladder that's in the middle. He's on the other side of the ladder and he does like a sunset flip bomb onto the ladder bridge on somebody. Like, he just, he did. Oh, also, Mike Bailey, Speedball. You know how he does the flip knees, the flip knee drop. He did it off that same ladder bridge setup, and he completely missed Hechicero. And I think his feet and his shin hit that fucking ladder, and that shit like it hurt so bad. Bad for him, bro.
That's a karate man. He used to the shins and feet. Like he's all right.
No. He might have sharpened up, you know, like from striking away, brothers, your shins get tougher, right?
Yep.
I ain't worried about his shins. His feet and toes hit that shit too. He's barefoot. That hurt. Oh, I winced. I was wincing. I was like family. I was like, it looked so terrible. But yeah, man, my end of it, Brodito ended up winning, retained. So after the match, Jack Perry comes out and he starts attacking the Young Bucks.
Yes, sir.
The Young Bucks,
Jack.
They double super kick him, and everybody give him a BTE trigger, and then the lights go off. Or he looks up and smiles for the BTE trigger. Lights go off. They show a video package.
The ball for Jack Perry.
They show a video package of him like digging into the dirt and pulling a casket out of the ground and hooking up to the bang bus, and then the bang bus drags it down the road, and like there's sparks flying off the casket. So then it shows him doing operation on Kill Switch. Lights come back on. Kill Switch is behind the Young Bucks. He double choke slams both of them. Kill Switch is wearing the Kill Switch weight belt. He takes it off. He throws it to the crowd. He's Luchasaurus again. Him and Jack Perry hug. They play the Jurassic Express music, and I was like, okay.
Moments.
So I don't recall when Luchasaurus died, because he just recently came back from a similar vignette where Christian and the Patriarch were doing surgery on him. He just came back recently. He left Kip Sabian a couple weeks ago from the tag rope and walked off on his own. When the fuck was he buried? Jack Perry buries a guy that I don't recall ever being buried recently, pulls him out and does surgery on him again in the same, eerily similar, same backdrop to the one where Patriarchy did. I'm just like, what the, am I forgetting something? Did I miss a month? Did I miss like 2 weeks of Dynamite or something?
Oh, man. It's just time to wave your hands in the air, James. That's and wave them like you just don't care. And play the Baltimore.
And also, Jack Perry has his hair in the bun like he was when he was a villain. He doesn't have the locks flowing like when he's a good guy. So I was still like, and he's wearing the jacket like he's still Scapegoat. So I was like, so he shows back up as he doesn't show up as Young Boy. He shows up as Jack Perry Scapegoat. But we're supposed to cheer because I was like, is tone not matching the feel good for me. I don't get. There needs to be some smoothing of some of these edges to make this better in post. But I thought it was kind of like hastily thrown together. But whatever.
No extra follow up on Dynamite for Jack Perry that I can recall. But they do have a promo next week. No, they're giving him the mic next week at the 6-year anniversary show. So him and Luchasaurus are advertised. So we'll see then.
Cool. I think they'd be better off just saying, play the music, let them wrestle. But whatever.
Put your hands up.
So like I said,
hey man, I'm happy to see the Jurassic Express. You know why? They were a great fucking team.
Kyle Fletcher's here. Grab a tag rope. We're not doing this. We ain't even gonna pretend no more.
Look, they're a great fucking team.
They are a great team. They're not great singles as singles acts. They're great singles matches, especially Jack Perry. Not acts. Matches, yes. Whole ensemble, character, nah, not yet. Gotta go back in the pot and cook more. So yeah, we got another.
Big Jack will be there. Big Jack will be there one day.
One of the best tag teams in AEW history is back, so it's a win for me.
Not going for no goofiness around the rewriting of history with the Jurassic Express either. I'm still a real Jacker, I still hold my Jack Perry stock, and I'm not fucking leaving. Like they say in
Wolf Wall Street,
Leonardo DiCaprio shit. Yeah, I'm not fucking leaving. Jacking off. Yeah, shout out to Keeks.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Like, him and Guevara, man, like, he doing better than Guevara because he's on TV, but they said, hey, he did. I'm not gonna do it. It's too mean. It's like, hey, like Fletch, like Jack Perry, like, look, man, we had one of the worst ideas we ever had last year on TV doing this shit, and I came back. It's like, look, man, me or Kyle Fletcher, nigga, that go back, take a step back, pick up that tag rope, and never let go. So, anyway, then we get to the main event. AEW Men's World Title match. Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. And match started, and they changed the lighting for the the in-ring introductions, whatever else, and then they changed them back. The bell rang, and it took them 4 or 5 minutes for them to actually flip it back. Had to be technical difficulties, but neither here nor there. Match was going, and I was like, man, this is a really good match. And then all of a sudden I heard a 30-minute call. I was like, well, they have wrestled this was going to go long this whole time. They were not wrestling at the normal pace they would, because Kyle Fletcher, if given the opportunity, he likes to wrestle like a high-speed wrestler at times. They're wrestling a big boy main event match, and this shit kept getting better and better and better as it went. And the story of this match is that Kyle Fletcher was taking it to this nigga Adam Page, beating the shit out of him, and Adam Page had to fight from underneath and catch up in this match. And then when he finally caught up, Kyle Fletcher got the lead again. And then ultimately, what changed this match was after, you know, the visuals of the two apron through the table on the floor, like brainbusters from Fletcher. He gave the first one to Omega, and Omega's been off TV. He gave one to Hangman on the Go Home show. They're devastating. So he did one on the ring, or the bell keeper table, got Page into the ring, hit another brainbuster and couldn't get and Page kicked out. And Fletcher he lost his composure after that. So there's another table that's been put out by the entrance, and he tries to go for another one. And that is when Adam Page said, "Nope, you done fucked up. You should have killed me when you had the chance." He slipped out, got Page up to on his back, and hit that man with that jump off dead end like he did Nana. Except Nana is not nearly as heavy as Kyle Fletcher. When I tell you this table fucking exploded, it was like those two fell through a sheet of toilet paper. Bro, this shit exploded, and I gasped in horror because Kyle Fletcher, I thought he landed on the top of his head and was paralyzed. I thought he was dead watching this, bro. The way he bro. If you ever, because you know I have VCL player when I watch this, I press and like frame by frame when they hit the table and the table exploded underneath them. Kyle Fletcher's body, his torso, is literally perpendicular to the ground. He's straight up and down. And then he falls and hits, and like there's nothing stopping him. Yes, I was horrified. Or
actually, it should probably be like this because his head, like
yes, but luckily you can see he tucked his neck, he tucked his head, so he landed on, instead of landing on the top of his head, he landed on the back of his head and his neck. So so instead of being paralyzed, he's only like, you know, possibly had a fucking stinger or whatever. I don't know what. Maybe he felt fine after it. Maybe. I doubt it. I fucking doubt it. I bet he woke up the next day and felt like he was going to die. That's not the end of the match, Rich. Gets him into the ring. They continue. I think he barely survived. I think he got out of it with a super kick. I think he super kicked out of the buckshot lariat attempt. Kyle Fletcher gets the advantage again. This match is all time awesome, by the way. He pulls off the top turnbuckle. He's gonna go for that brainbuster on the top rope, except it's unprotected. He took off the turnbuckle padding. He took off the turnbuckle support padding. He took it all off. He went for it. He got stopped by Page. Page then gets him up on his back again. And dead eyes him again from the second rope to the floor, and Kyle Fletcher lands on the mat the same way with his whole fucking body straight up and down and perpendicular to the mat with his neck tucked in. I was like, "Fuck, you're gonna kill yourself, kid." Gets him up. Buckshot lariat wins, bro. This match was fucking awesome. 5 stars, easy, easy. One of the best matches of the year.
Yeah, I gotta see this one,
bro. Kyle Fletcher, and then after the match, I was like, Kyle Fletcher, someone needs to grab Kyle Fletcher and say, never do this again. You didn't have to do that to be a main eventer. Without those, you was already a main eventer at this level of match. This is one of those where I felt like Dave Meltzer after watching Ibushi and Naito. It wasn't nearly as bad as those, but it was one of those like, bro, you got going for the gusto, bro. You got 15 more years of being one of the greatest wrestlers in the world for 15 more years. You will not have 15 years. You keep doing shit like this, bro. It was horrifying watching that table explode like that, and because it's supposed to support him. That shit, it was like nothing was even there. Like that. That table's supposed to be a protected. That's supposed to be a condom. He may as well went raw. We basically went raw.
Damn.
Oh my God.
So what you saying is the Kyle Fletcher glaze that we laid on like 2 weeks ago, it paid off,
brother. We talked about, you say you got your Jack Perry stock. The big shit we've been talking about Kyle Fletcher over the last, 6 months, year, whatever it was. It's been a year, right? It's been about a year.
Yeah.
Allow us to double and triple down. This nigga's the future of professional wrestling. I don't know if he's ever going to be the best pro wrestler in the world, but he's definitely one of the 5 best wrestlers in the world at some point in his career, barring something tragic happen. This nigga has it. He can wrestle any style. He in the ring with Adam Page, and it's the Randy Orton effect. He can be in the ring with anybody, and the match looks believable because of the way he's built. He's tall, but he's not built like a bodybuilder. He's built like a ripped up athlete. It works. He can wrestle with short people. He can wrestle big people and sell for them. We've seen him wrestle big people. You see him sell his ass off like a buffoon. He can do it all.
Speaking of that, he's wrestling Hologram next week, and he was like, "I want to take away your undefeated record," essentially, and he put the TNT belt up. So next week, Kyle Fletcher versus Hologram.
Killer match. This is a future AEW World Champion.
Oh yeah,
clearly.
I feel like that's easy,
bro. The way Danielson loves this nigga. Danielson was on commentary with Callis, and I think they have I feel like those two love each other backstage, but that's neither here nor there. Like Danielson, absolutely, like much as you can tell, doing all this platitudes and respect for Hangman and Page, because obviously those two had classics together. This nigga loves Kyle Fletcher and thinks he's gonna be the future too. It ain't just us. We are not imagining this. Like the Proto Star shit is real. The run is gonna happen.
They better get down. They better get down now.
If you don't understand,
we are shaking the table. We are flashing the lights up and down. Matter of fact, James, I gotta let a few shots off for Kyle. I gotta drop a bomb for Kyle Fletcher.
I don't know if this was better. It might be better. I'll say this. I think I like this match more than I like the Ospreay and Hangman Page. Wow. This match was fucking incredible. It went like 40, it went like 40 minutes, Rich. I was not upset it went 40 minutes. Like, awesome match. No, there was no blood. It was just, they could have gotten blood the way they're dropping each other on their fucking heads, but it was awesome. It was awesome match. Awesome match. Kyle Fletcher proved everything that anybody ever needed. If there's any reason you didn't believe it before or whatever else of this run he's had as a singles wrestler, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You're never gonna get it. You're gonna be wrong you're gonna be wrong as fuck for a decade and a half. It is what it is. This dude is one of the top pro wrestlers in the world. He's gonna be this for the next 15 years unless injuries derail him.
Yeah,
he's fucking awesome. He's already here.
Forget with Hangman, his follow up on.
Go ahead.
His follow up on Dynamite was a little less exciting.
Okay.
Also, Lee Moriarty, open challenge for the world title. They were in Pittsburgh, so Lee Moriarty got a hometown match.
You in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Did she show up?
No.
Is this the second time? Is this the second or third time they've been there and she ain't showed up? It's happened before.
I'd have to count.
I think.
But yeah, he wrestled Lee Moriarty and check the cage match. Then he later saved the Ops essentially. From they were, I forgot what happened to Ops.
Who saved the Ops?
And basically, Hangman saved the Ops to repay them saving him against the Death Riders.
That's right. Okay.
There's a 6-man tag next week, and Hangman is back with the Death Riders, essentially on the other side with Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
You
ain't gonna talk about the big return?
Talking about what's up?
You ain't gonna talk about the big return
of
Orange Cassidy.
Oh, different segment.
Oh, okay.
So that's a whole different thing. the match next week with I'm on Hangman right now. So Hangman the Ops against Death Riders next week in the 6-man. Now, I saw the open challenge, and I'm like, do they not have anything to do with Hangman right now? Like going forward, like what the fuck's going on here? Is like if he's getting back linked with Moxley, which I don't think is happening. No. I see people theorizing like Samoa Joe could turn on Hangman. I think that would be particularly effective.
It gives Joe something to do. The real answer should be Mark Briscoe.
Yeah,
Mark Briscoe and MJF are basically having a number one contenders feud. MJF won the first one. MJF went through. He lost. He came back. They did the face to face where they got heat on MJF by him, threatening to burn up Mark Briscoe. Even before then, Hangman said, "I will face you. You deserve you're right. You're someone that deserves a title shot. I'd be honored to give you a title shot." Somewhere down the line, he just had a brutal, bloody match where he finally got to get back over the guy that beat him to go up the ladder or up the stairs to get a title shot. It probably should be Mark Briscoe. Maybe they be like that don't sell. And that's fine, but like if you want to, like I'm saying, like for a TV challenger, Mark Briscoe be more than fine, good enough, more than good enough. Or pay per view, I would say you need somebody besides Mark. I would say you need somebody besides Mark Briscoe.
The other people I can think of is maybe Ricochet, but I feel like there's something is going to happen. Like we should know whatever his next challenger is next week at the 6-year anniversary show.
Okay. What was the major?
I tried to tag belts, women's tag belts.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So like I tried to intersperse because we were running long, some of the big stuff from Dynamite, but no, it's all good. But there was one another story in wrestling, and I think this will be our last subject of the night. We're kind of running long. I was going to talk about Andreas Hale with ESPN and his review that sent the Fed merchants into hysterics, but we're going to kick that to the side.
It's Kelly Clarkson here to talk all things Wayfair, the best place to buy furniture, decor, and anything else you can think of to create a home you absolutely love. I know when I shop with Wayfair, I find options for every style, whether I'm feeling boho or farmhouse, modern, traditional, French country. I can find exactly what I need for my home and more. No matter your space, style, or budget, shop Wayfair.com to make your home way more you.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
A mochi moment from Mark, who writes, I just want to thank you for making GLP-1s affordable. What would have been over $1,000 a month is just $99 a month with Mochi. Money shouldn't be a barrier to healthy weight. 3 months in, and I have smaller jeans and a bigger wallet. You're the best. Thanks, Mark. I'm Myra Ahmed, founder of Mochi Health. To find your Mochi moment, visit joinmochi.com.
Mark is a Mochi member compensated for his story.
But Jazmyn Nyx, a woman that I have never seen wrestle, James. How about you?
Same. I didn't even know what she looked like until like this week.
Yeah. So she is a wrestler, or was a wrestler in NXT for the last 3 years. She came from the pro soccer world, I believe. Already an athlete, kind of came through that, whole rebranding of NXT, obviously, with the NIL athletes and different stuff like that. And, her deal was coming up, and they wrote her off TV this week, essentially killed her. They heard like a loud bang, and like, I don't know, they were like, we don't need her anymore, or something like that. So she sits down in her car and basically is like, they offered me a contract. The pay was not up to par, and, I'm not accepting this. So holla. And brother, this woman sent these people into they couldn't believe it, James. They couldn't believe it that the Fed was being cheap out here. Like, the thing with the money in NXT, I think, is one of the more under-discussed things in wrestling because there's so few details on it. There's so few kind of people that are willing to kind of talk about that. It's such a precautious time in their careers, right? Like, we have like been led to believe that people like Ricky Starks and Mariah May have taken massive pay cuts by going to work at NXT. Jordan Grace, deal. I was just, informed of like what the NXT going rates were for indie wrestlers that had a name, going into WWE at the end of last decade, what it looked like. And the number that's out there for Jazmyn Nyx looks marginally above that, maybe. Nice. But that's like probably inflation and then the woman bump for the upkeep. Like, basically, like she gotta, basically, have the look they want.
It takes more. It takes more.
Yeah. Julia definitely had to take a pay cut.
Oh yeah, she definitely took a pay cut. Hey, look at me, right here. Every major Joshi that came out of Stardom was making way more. All of them. Kyrie, Io, all took pay cuts to go to NXT. What they're making now, I don't know. But when they were NXT, massive pay cuts. You gotta remember, Mayu was out here at one point making like $20,000 in a month off of merch.
Yeah.
And she was a third out of them three as far as star power in merch sales at that time.
This is why it upset people so much that this woman basically would not accept the scraps or whatever, because she told them what her value was. And anytime somebody starts talking about value in pro wrestling, the Fed and, by proxy, the Fed army, their bots and their army here loses their fucking mind. We saw it with Swerve and Daniel Garcia. James, there are all-time legends in WWE right now that are making the same number as Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
When I say all-time legends, I mean legends of WWE that have been around for 25 years. So, when we talk about NXT, like, why do we care? It's a wrestler in NXT, whatever. This is the earliest thing we can look at in the landscape of someone being like, at the bottom rung, be like, this is bullshit. Essentially, and she's like, I'll go do something else or whatever. I don't have to have pro wrestling or whatever. Or she might want to wrestle somewhere else or whatever.
There's also the Mandy Rose situation where like they stand to make more money being on NXT or WWE for a certain amount of time and then sell their content of whatever to whoever on their own time and don't have to throw their head at the floor.
She has announced she's not going that direction, but yes.
I know. I'm just saying, I'm saying that's also a reality for the women for the dudes, is, these are people, both men and women that are on the show. They're walking around half naked.
Yeah.
They're going to attract people regardless of whoever they are.
Stephanie Vickers definitely took less to go to WWE and cried about it, like how much she wanted to be there. We remember that story. So like her, I sent a tweet about this. I was like, record profits, huh? And man, they shit themselves. They shit themselves, bro. Like they're just like, they just start calling this, they just calling this woman all kinds of names and everything like that. Calling me names. I'm just like, what does that have to do with her not wanting them? They tried to re-sign her.
Yeah.
Like they like, and the whole thing is like they didn't want her. That I'm like,
why they offer
again, brother? Again, brother. Like, who are you trying to fool here?
Yeah. Another part of it is like, and it's another part of how we watch sports, and it's like when it comes to these labor disputes between the unions.
Yep.
And it's always the talent. The talent are just people just are just so jealous of talent. Like, you can tell them what the splits are for the revenue, and it's still just like, nah. We need to get rid of unions. We need to get rid of all this stuff because these people that get to do these cool things that people actually pay to see are not deserving because I'm not one of them. I'm not special. It's all jealousy and it's all just dumbassery.
And think about this, James. With the rise in profile with WWE, with ESPN, and they've got legit reporters lurking around there, right? All this money that's
happen,
out
Rich.
there right now.
Never gonna happen, Rich. It's a conflict of interest. It's the same reason why they're not talking about the Pablo Torre shit with Kawhi and the Clippers every single day right now, as opposed to like they talk about it maybe once or once every other day when he drops something new. By the way, Pablo was actually co-hosting PTI last week with Kornheiser.
There is a story hiding in plain sight about all this money they're making in Saudi Arabia, all this stuff with TKO, all the fucking the $1 billion partnerships with Netflix and all this stuff. But you have people like Thea Hale going online on Twitter and saying she cannot afford to build a $1,000 gaming PC. She's saying this. You have Jazmyn Nyx here. God bless her. Never seen her work. Don't know whatever it's bigger than Jazmyn Nyx is what I'm saying.
Rich.
Someone can crack this entire shit open with just a little bit of digging.
So, Rich, you are a man of the people. You are a common man. I would not say you are. I would not say that you are someone that is living the highest of life. Right? I'm not saying you live in the lowest life either. I'm saying you're someone that lives. All right, nigga. Like, my bad. This is my bad. I'm saying you live a normal life.
You know what? I had a moment with Catherine yesterday. She had the YouTube shorts hooked up to the TV and was watching YouTube shorts on the TV. I was like, YouTube shorts on the TV, huh? I was like, we're doing all right. Like, that's just what I left it at that and walked.
Okay. I'm not trying to go too deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to give you a broad definition of where you are in life. As far as saying, I'm not saying like, yeah, y'all need to, when y'all see you see this nigga Rich in the streets, y'all might need to rob him. You know, he got gold.
I'm not going on the Black Girl Wrestling rob list.
He got gold. The blues come out the pockets. I'm not trying to say that. All right, but when you got the rig from with my brother, right, the CPU. Yeah. That don't seem that $1,000 don't seem like people spend $5,000 on PCs, from custom PCs.
Yeah, I spent like I don't know, like maybe $2,500 on mine, something like that.
I didn't want to get into that. See, that's my point. That's my point. You are living better than a WWE superstar.
Amazing. So like. The thing is, like, and I don't say that to admonish the wrestlers or anything, right, at all, because, like, it's embarrassing.
It's
clearly a directive for WWE is being cheap with their labor force, and cheap is an understatement. Cheap as hell is more accurate, actually. And then, like, you think about, like, how the Performance Center has always been this money pit, because obviously, like, the wrestlers, like,
it's a loss
like leader. They do have a TV deal, and it's supposed to be. It is an investment. Mm-hmm. Everybody's telling me to look at the Discord. What channel? I just see it, and it just feels like it's such an archaic old system, and I think everyone would benefit for people talking more about this, us learning more about this. And let me pull up this Discord channel. I don't quite know what's going on here. So, oh my God.
Oh my shit.
Oh my God. Gail Kim. Yeah. Put that on. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff with the money that's going on, and I don't think people ever link these two things together and be like, this don't make sense, so I'll do it for them. Like, with all these record profits and everything, it's the same reason why they never really ever had to fire anybody. It's just another twist of the Rubik's Cube here with this stuff. And people just fucking just on their knees, just sucking the WWE cock, just no hands. It's just there's no other way to describe this. Like, it's just so bad. Like, give it up, bro. This is why they don't want AEW to exist. Also, like, loop that in.
Yep.
Like, it's just like, brother, like, just bouncing on it for him. Just like, damn, make them work for it a little bit. Damn, just good Lord. And, you know, people were so mad at this girl. They were so mad at her. And I'm just like, there's no fucking way. She was the third member of, like, the 3-woman group she was in, apparently. And it's like, yes, King of the North, they're throwing their bodies in the in the traffic to protect, you know, the big TKO train from taking any damage. It's just fucking stupid. It's like, weird, at the end of the day,
it's weird behavior. Like, they care more about a company than people. And, like, I get it. Like, this company is giving you memories, but it's like so when people talk in church, they say that a church is just a building. The community, the people are the church, right? Like,
yeah.
At what point do you look around and say, you know, the people as they change and move and cycle in and out or whatever else, like, where's their appreciation for the people and for their dedication and their hard work of them throwing their heads at the floor for your entertainment? Like, and she said it wasn't enough because Rich has told me the number or the idea of the number, and like, it ain't really enough. And so I don't know if the number ever got out. Well, people would, maybe that changed people's mind.
Oh, there's reporting on it now.
Well, either way, like, even if it was out, like, it probably wouldn't, because people just think these, you know, I would do it for free. No, the fuck you wouldn't. Like, do you do your job for free? No, you don't. Shut the fuck up then.
Right, and think about it. She's been there for 3 years, right? So, like, what if she, like, plan to, like, elevate her life at all?
Right.
Like,
right.
Like, yo, I'm trying to be here, and then you didn't give her no type of raise or anything? Oh, get the fuck out of here. This is just TKO bullshit. UFC already wrote the fucking playbook.
Right.
Like, they already, what they did to all those fighters,
right,
and what they're continuing to do with those fighters. They want this to be what pro wrestling is, and then they want to ultimately give you less as a fan. You're next. Like, Goldberg, you're next. And currently,
I mean, no. We're not
look
next.
Look at the pay-per-views.
No. Fans aren't even exact. Let's get to that. We're not even next. It's already happened to us. We only get 5 pay-per-views on shows. I'm sorry, 5 matches on pay-per-views.
And people have laid down and accepted this because they're fucking sheep that have no idea what is happening and can't see the world moving around them. And, like, there's nothing in place to stop them except a fucking billionaire who happens to love pro wrestling.
They see them. They see themselves so much in the company, they don't realize that if they stop for a second, looked outside, they wouldn't realize they're getting scammed. That's one of my biggest things when I talk about, like, the history of American pro wrestling is like a lot of the stuff. If you grew up watching American Pro Wrestling, you don't know any better because you just think this is what pro wrestling is. And then you watch something else, you realize, like, yo, a lot of the stuff that I still enjoy, whatever, have fond memories of, like, I was getting scammed.
And look, if it's anything we're ever going to be on this show, like when we were talking about all the stuff with the Hurt Syndicate a couple weeks ago, like, we were going to be pro fan and then also pro wrestler, like, in a situation like there's no reason to, like, unless the wrestler really fucks up, right? Where it's like, it's indefensible, right? But asking for more money is not a fuck up, like, no matter how you look at it.
Right, especially when we all generally consider them underpaid, especially when there's another alternative that's supposed to, like, trying to change how you do business. And they're like, nah. In fact, we just going to make it even worse. And it's like, all right, at what point do people like treat this like the music game, where it's like, all right, you get your first deal, your first couple deals, and, like, you get the notoriety of being somewhere, you know, being on a major, and then eventually you say, you know what, I don't feel like doing this no more. I'm gonna go independent and get as much money. You might get less notoriety, you may get less songs on the radio, but you making more money for your work, and you can set your own hours. Yeah. You ain't on no 360 slave deal. And I just, like, at some point, when does this change? Like, literally, we made the joke, like, WWE, these niggas signed the 360s. And it's like,
and she can't, that was a big thing.
And if they don't, that's fine.
She can't make no money outside of it. And she has opportunities because like apparently she like does social media and shit, and like and her boyfriend is like a YouTuber and stuff like that. So like she can get something shaken if you guys have seen like, you know, what she looks like. She's like obviously gonna put that to use, like, and you can take that for however you want it. Look, it ain't gonna be an issue for her to get people to look at her. Let's say that. Okay. But it's like, you know, I you know, not everybody wants a WrestleMania moment. You know, they don't want the plaque like Joe Hendry got. You know,
you got a plaque. I didn't know that. Damn.
Special WrestleMania moment. I'm gonna look that up and find it. But I thought it was important to talk about this because the Jazmyn Nyx thing. If there are wrestlers you love in WWE, this is not going to be like, it doesn't stop with the wrestlers you don't care about.
Right.
Like, it spreads like a sickness.
Yeah. I mean,
so I think that's a great place to leave it.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for this show. That's the end. Be sure to rate us on our app you're using to listen to this with. In the show notes, if you want to hear the conversation me and Rich had before we started up the podcast on the Twitch stream, you can go to the Twitch link there. Also, if you want to donate to the show, you can go to the show notes and you can click on the RealCircle link. You can hit donate there. Also, check out the merchandise we have on Chop Tees. I almost said Pro Wrestling Tees. Chop Tees. We have a store there. And be sure to listen to other shows on the network besides One Nation Radio. You have Keepin It Strong Style, All Things Elite, AEW Match Guide, Imp's Adventures, Tunnel Talk, the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, and Wrestling Art with Chris Thanks for listening, y'all. Later.
I have never cried for a Nazi.